High School Sports Live is proud to present the featured game of the week, Cedar Cliff Colts, Redland Patriots. Tonight's live broadcast on ABC 27.3 is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency and Jack Giambavo. Good evening, everybody. I'm Todd McCall, along with Jerome Presley and Archie Smith Jr. Tonight it's the West Shore War. We also call it the Civil War. It's a war between the same district, really, Redland and Cedar Cliff. Throw out the scores tonight because it is going to be, no matter what, it'll be a highly contested, highly fought game. Jerome, and you know, I say this about this game every year, and Archie, you know it too. We really don't care about the score for the three of us. We just know that no matter what happens, it's going to be a great crowd on both sides. You see Redland tonight, you see Cedar Cliff. There's so much pride in the West Shore community when it comes to this game. And then there are some things that's happening around the Keystone Division tonight that have league implications. But you know what? It's got to come down to players. And Cedar Cliff has had a special year right now at a head, ready to win this Keystone Division. Talk about a little bit about what's made them tick.
Well, they have one of the most dynamic players in the Keystone, which is Jaheim Morris. Jaheim Morris is coming on the year with 1,642 yards rushing, 20 TDs, and he's averaging 182 yards a game. And he is, I looked on Penn Live, he is one of the most dynamic players to ever be a running back in Cedar Cliff history, and that's a lot because there's been a lot of great players that's coming through here. All right, on the defensive side would be linebacker Kevin Luss, who has 70 total tackles, 2 sacks, 2 interceptions, and 2 fumble recoveries. So he is a playmaker and a ball hawk and has a nose for the football on the defensive side. So it's going to be real interesting to see what Redland can do to try to stay away from this kid.
You know, we got to talk Redland and the Patriots. They might be, you know, somebody has them at a 20-point underdog tonight. You know, but an underdog in the West Shore War, anything can happen. Even talking to some people in the crowd, they're like, well, they're not ready to call this game an uncontested game on any means. And I know Redland's struggling a little bit with some players with some injuries, but, you know, Jerome, you've got the inside on the Redland Patriots.
Well, I mean, every team at this point, you're going to have some injuries, and you have to be able to overcome them, and it taxes your depth. You have to have guys ready to step up. And it starts with receiver Jaden Headline. He's going to have to come into this game and be a big play option downfield in the passing game for Adam Kramer. So Kramer will be under center, and he's going to be trying to get in the ball. And then at running back, Mike Stank is actually out. He's injured. He's one of those injured guys. So he'll be replaced by number 26, Shamar Hunt, will be taking over the running back duty. So again, every guy that is on that Redland team has to stand up in this battle rivalry game and say, you know what? We know that Cedar Cliff is having a good season. Cedar Cliff is marching in the playoffs and may have a chance to win this division tonight. But we're going to come out today and try to put it to them. So throw the records out the window. Let's play ball.
There could be some real interesting things. Don't go anywhere. It's the West Shore War. If Redland would by chance pull an upset, it might throw a 3-way tie. Susquehanna takes on Bishop McDevitt in the Keystone tonight. Don't go anywhere. It's Friday Night Football kickoff after these messages.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Hundreds of Hoffman Ford customers have done it. They got out of their current vehicle and lowered their monthly payment during Hoffman Ford's Trade and Upgrade event. We'll pay off your vehicle even if you owe more than it's worth and get you into a new 2019 Ford Escape SEL for just $199 a month. Trade and upgrade now because
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency, 717-731-1142.
Erie Insurance.
Well, welcome to West Shore Stadium. Todd McCall, Jerome Presley, Archie Smith Jr. down on the field. It's kickoff time in the West Shore War, Civil War underway. Taking the punt across the 20 and still on his feet with a nice. Well, they'll have the ball at the 35-yard line. What I was about ready to say, Jerome, is that's Hayden Zachman. That is a good return and a good start for Redland because they're going to need every little thing they need as special teams comes into play.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to need everything, going against a team this tough. But the one thing that can happen sometimes is when you have a team like Cedar Cliff, you're thinking and you're hoping if you're Redland that they're overlooking you as they get ready for the playoffs. And for Redland, your job is to end the season on a high note. And what higher note would it be to beat Cedar Cliff?
So on the keeper is Adam Kramer. Kramer does not get a whole lot, and man, he just gets devoured on that left defensive side.
And that's Albert Rosado, and I'm telling you right now, we're going to call his name a lot. He has had a fantastic year at a 5'11", 225-pound defensive lineman at defensive end. Smallish as far as height for a defensive end, but the way he gets after it is amazing. Last time we called him, he had an amazing game here against Bishop McDevitt.
So shotgun formation. Kramer, a lefty, firing it to his right. Man, look at that. Nice effort and a little push work. Chase Lawler. And Lawler said, hey, listen, we talked about this, Jerome, that this game, I mean, on paper, I would say they're 2, maybe 3 touchdown underdog, but because you have two teams very familiar with each other, you have the same district playing this football game year after year. I don't know. I mean, you've got to take a touchdown off of that.
Well, you'll see. And I think the one thing is Redland has pride about them. And this is one of those prideful games that they want to come out here and establish themselves and let them know they belong.
And busting that play up was Kevin Lusk. I mean, that is why you highlighted him in the pregame. Lusk will not allow Roden do anything on the right side.
And part of that is downhill football from your linebacker that just fires through the gap and makes a play behind the line of scrimmage. That's what you want. And you'll see Lusk playing very big downhill football for the Cedar Cliff defense.
Adam Kramer in the shotgun. At lone back beside him. Rodden Haber, he's going to go over the top. It's connect to Jaden Hingline. And you talked about him, too, having to be a receiver. The ball moving fairly well. Let's go down to Archie. Archie, Redland coming out, moving the ball with some confidence right now.
Well, you can see right now they're taking what Cedar Cliff is giving them. One thing they're doing, as Jerome can attest to this, they're running all inside routes. If you can see, there's kind of a gap in between that zone that Cedar Cliff is running, and the quarterback is making great passes and hitting his receiver right in the pocket.
So it'll be 3rd down and 3, 9:39 to play.
And the key is Redland wants to get the ball out of Kramer's hand quickly. They don't want him sitting back and be susceptible to the pressure. So you're seeing 3-step drop, get the ball out, receivers running in routes really quick. And again, the one thing that Redland's going to have to do, and what they're having trouble doing, is running the ball. They're not establishing any kind of running game at this point. That defense has been really tight against the run.
Shamar Hunt is behind Kramer. Hunt will get the ball left side. Hunt moving the ball across the 40. Hunt breaking off a big one across the 30-yard line, moving the chains 1st down, and Redland is fired up, and the crowd is behind him on the other side.
And that is on command. We just talked about the need to run, and then you get a big run from Hunt. And mind you, Hunt's a senior, 6'1", 190-pound senior, and Kramer's a senior. So these are two veterans that are coming out, and they're saying, you know what? Hey, this is the Civil War game. We're ready.
And, I thought that Hunt might try to transfer that ball over to the left side. He was running with it, kept it on the right side, and it's probably the best thing to do so you don't fumble. Rodden Haber is the lone back beside Kramer. Kramer in a shotgun. He's got twins off to the right. He's looking that way the whole way, got pressure on that side, and fires, and it's connected.
And I'll tell you, that is the hardest throw to throw in football because it's actually it's a long throw. And one of the problems with that, it seemed like it was in air for a long time, because if that pass is underthrown or not thrown on the mark on a rope, it is a possibility for a pick six, not just an interception, a pick six, because you really have no one back there to make the tackle.
And Kramer's a left-hander, so he's got to actually turn his body to make that throw. And he looked that way the whole time. He's in shotgun formation. Give is to Rodenhaber. So Rodenhaber's going to get his share of carries tonight. It looks like, well, as Hunt, he and Hunt will share all the backfield duties since Mike Stank is out due to an injury. We saw him on crutches there. We don't know the full details on it. Leave it at that. But 3rd down and 1 for Redland.
And again, this has been an impressive drive for Redland right now, mixing up a little bit of run. Finally got that running game going, and the passing game has seemed to open up that running game.
Hunt breaking off. Look at Hunt. Hunt going to bounce outside, still on his feet across the 10-yard line. And what a drive by Redland.
And what you see from Hunt, which is very impressive, is his size. He's a 6'1", taller running back, 190 pounds, so he has a little bit of weight to him, and he's a straight north-south runner. You don't see a lot of shiftiness, and on that play, the offensive line did an amazing job. Look at the white jerseys, hat on a hat, moving guys, and you see a big hole open up on the left side.
And he broke a tackle, and that's the thing, to pick up another 7-8 yards. Well, make it 10, actually. He picks up all in the broken tackle. 7:03 to play, 1st and 9. 10. Looking over the top. There was no one there, and look at the receiver thought he was being held. It looked like he was going to chase Lawyer's side. That'll be incomplete.
Well, it looked like there was a miscommunication between the receiver, number 2, Chase Lawyer, and the quarterback, Adam Kramer. I think Kramer thought he was going inside, and Lawler went outside or didn't go anywhere, and there the pass was incomplete. So they have to get themselves on point, because I actually think an inside route was open if they were on the same page.
Kramer going to keep it. Started off to the left side and found a way to break a tackle to get back to the line of scrimmage. And coming up to make that tackle was Gombolia.
And that was just good contain on the outside for that defense for Cedar Cliff, led by number 65. He comes in, Javon Godinez comes in and makes an amazing play on the outside to keep that ball inside for the run play. So again, running the ball, it's not going to be easy against this Cedar Cliff team. And if anything that we saw for Cedar Cliff, maybe their weakness, if there is any on that defense, is at times pass defense. And we've seen that today a little bit with Redland's ability to throw.
Thrown in the end zone for a touchdown. Did he catch it? It's incomplete. I thought that, I thought that he struck gold. Ball throwing well where it needed to be.
Mason Heupel at the last minute with his back turned to the receiver, comes off his route and pulls the ball out of the receiver's hands right at the last minute. That should have been a touchdown, but again, good defensive play by Mason Heupel.
So Redland's going to have to try to settle for a field goal. It'll be a 30-yarder. Kick is up. And it's no good, so the drive is stopped. We'll stay here. The drive is stopped, and man, that was an opportunity for Redland to get on the board. Gavin Feliciano will miss a 30-yarder. Look at the crowd tonight. Cedar Cliff, Redland both have packed the stands tonight to the West Shore Award.
Yes, they have.
That's what they do here. Probably one of my more favorite games in both basketball and football, because it's got a lot of pride, and that's why we cover it.
Absolutely. Now we get to see Jaheim Morris, and as we talked about, he's 165 yards away from the record. So you're going to, I would imagine that the Colts are going to feed him the ball.
Let's go down to Archie Smith Jr. Archie, man, that was Redland's chance right there.
Well, you can see Redland did come out with positive They are very energetic over there on the sideline right now. They do believe that they have a shot in this game right here. They're going to make Cedar Cliff work for it. So that was a good drive, and that was an excellent defensive play to rake that ball out, as Jerome said, from the touchdown right there, because I thought it was a touchdown.
Archie and Jerome, that was a 12-play drive, 50 yards. And they chewed up 6 minutes off of that clock. I mean, those types of drives are game-winning drives. If they can keep this score down like that with those types of drives, they could have put something in there. But it's to say no, because now you know what Cliff will do. They'll do it right there with Morris. Morris pitches, fumbles, picks it back up off the bounce, crosses the 20-yard line. Man, did he get hit. Coming up to make a nasty hit was Henline, who's starting both ways, as well as Rodenhaber. Both of those guys are both of the running backs and receiver today on the offensive side. They come up and really hit Morris. Take a look at it again here, Jerome. Well, he bobbles it.
He did, and that right there just threw the timing off of the running play. But again, the defense, they're thinking about it too. They know that he's only 160+ yards away from the record, and their thing is not on us. They don't want that to happen on them today.
Third and 6. Ball's on the 24 for Cedar Cliff. Big 3rd and 6. Head down, but he's going to be shy of. Did he? No. Well, no, he got it. I thought he was just a little shy, but they're going to move the chains. First down, Cedar Cliff, and that's a healthy, run out of Morris. Take a look at it again. Big hole, finds it, right there. Puts the head down and picks up another 3, just second effort.
He's a tough runner, and as you can see from what Cedar Cliff is trying to do, they are trying to make sure that they give him a lot of running opportunities. But that makes the offense go, so they're not doing something out of character to feed him the ball like this.
We'll say this a lot. It means to Morris.
And I think the next conversation for Morris, you're starting to hear is, what is the recruiting situation for him? He's 5'10", 190 pounds, having an amazing season. And you would think, and I think it's coming, where he's going to start getting a lot of looks for recruiting as a running back at all the levels. So I think he's already has a couple of PSAC schools that have shown interest in him, and I'm sure he's going to get a lot more and have his pick of where he would like to go to school.
Morris bouncing off a lot of guys, running hard, puts his head down. Coming up to make the tackle is Lawler.
And I'll tell you what, I hope he ate his Wheaties today, man, because he's going to get to rock a lot today. They're going to feed him a lot. And again, the line has done well. You talked about some of the linemen they have on this team that are blocking for him. So, you have guys that are up front, and they're going to try to do their part to pave the way for him tonight.
Look at this line. I love when they go in this wing, and then Morris right here. And I like this tonight. We just saw the weather flash there. 60 degrees, 62 at game time. I mean, we are talking October 25th. No winds, about 68% humidity. This is beautiful, plain weather. Archie,
motorcycle riding.
Archie, yeah, exactly. This is not Alabama football weather, is it?
Oh, no, sir. It's it got to be at least 80 degrees still on October 25th right now. But I tell you what, the weather is not as bad as it was last week with the wind, guys. So I'll take this all day.
McMean's going to put it up for the first time, going down on the solo side and incomplete. And on the coverage was Adam Kramer, the quarterback.
And again, one of the things with this lineup, this set, where you have these 2 off fullbacks, it also draws the defense tight too, so it makes it hard to run. However, if you're Morris and you're this Cedar Cliff team and you run the ball, if he breaks through the line of scrimmage, you're not going to see much defensive help in the back end. So that's why it's so important for this defense to converge on him and tackle him, and then they can set up play action off of it, which you saw Cedar Cliff just do.
It means across the 50-yard line is Morris, and Morris can't do it, and he would tell you too. He can't do it without big Seth Gillen and guys like Antonio Rodriguez. 6 foot 250, but the size that I've seen, Ben Eisenhower, 6'5", 302 pounds. A big old number 67, Seth Gillian, 6'3", 260. You're giving a little bit of a shout out to that offensive line. And then you throw in like Kevin Luss comes in at the fullback position, and they go tight that way. And you see often Elijah Nkita will also come in to play fullback as well. So nothing there, though. Redland did a good job coming up to make that tackle. Robert Rogers.
Well, I think what Cedar Cliff is doing pretty much is they're telling Redland this is what we are going to do, and you stop us. And right there, Redland was able to make the play. So this defense has done an amazing job coming up and making the tackle, and just, you know, now Cedar Cliff is stopped. It looks like this Redland defense has done their job on this drive.
All right, 1:32 to play. Redland will be very excited to get that stop, as Jerome said. Decent punt, going to take a bounce, but it'll be down at the 23-yard line, and Redland will have the ball back. They got the stop they want. Knotted up 0-0 here, 1:11 to play.
23-yard line. It'll be first and 10 for the Patriots with 1 minute, 11 seconds remaining here in this first quarter of football.
So we get a chance to see Adam Kramer again at quarterback, and now he's with wide out, 2 receivers on each side and a tight end in the middle.
Kramer pumps it once and finds his receiver. It's connected to Zekman, and there's also a flag down. Citron come up to make the tackle. Citron had a big game. You might remember, man, he had 3 interceptions in a win over Bishop McDevitt earlier that we had this here at West Shore Stadium. And they got to talk about it a little bit. Arch, did you see what happened? I missed that penalty. Jerome notified me that the penalty went down. I did not see what happened. They're talking about it.
Well, one thing you're going to do, I think they're looking to see did the defender get there early? Oh, yes. Pass interference on the defender. I think he kind of got there early now. One thing on the Redland coaches, he's going to take the down or is he going to take the penalty? If I was him, I'll take the penalty because that's an automatic first down.
Well, here what I think also possibly happened was the penalty may not have been on the reception. I think one of the other receivers that was tight in the slot, he set up to catch the pass and got knocked over by another player before the pass was thrown. Okay. So I think that may have been what happened that caused the penalty.
Great job, Jerome.
First and 10. The ball will be on the 37-yard line, under 50 seconds to play. Shotgun formation for Kramer. Dual split both sides, right and left. He'll keep it that self. That's been that line across the 40-yard line. He'll go down. He can actually do some things, man. But I don't want to see this. But down on the field, I think, is Kevin Lusk, and he went and immediately grabbed his knee. We were just talking about playing on this grass. So take a look at it here. Kramer coming, and then right there, just a stumble. You saw something right there with Lusk, and I am not sure. And he is down, and that is not a good sign for Cedar Cliff.
You know what? And here we have the pass interference, and look on the left side, right there, number 32, knocking over the receiver, and I think they saw that. But back to this play, one of the scary things to see, no one wants to see, is when you see a player go down on a non-contact injury. Typically, that could be a serious thing, and you saw his leg buckled a little bit. Of course, we're not doctors, so we don't know what was going on, but I've seen that before, and we know that sometimes that may not be a good thing.
Well, we'll take a break. We'll be back. We hope that young man's fine, Kevin Lusk.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 3 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Cedar, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. And introducing the all-new Genesis of York. The Giambalvo family of dealerships. Over $25 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With unbeatable service after the sale, too. There's a reason the Giambalvo family has been a part of your community for decades. Find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 3 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
Well, we're concerned, just like the Cedar Cliff Colts. Kevin Lusk, number 42, a heck of a linebacker, went down, and we're going to take another look at it here. Kramer with the ball, the quarterback. You'll see here, Lusk is going to come out of your screen here in just about a second. You see that initial hit, and here he comes, and it's just, oh.
Yeah, he went down before he even.
Man.
Yeah, he went down before he even came into the contact.
And I want to say something about him. I just got to talk to him a little bit before. He's getting up, he's walking it off, but man, he is a heck of a young man. We're glad to see him up, though.
Definitely good to see him walk off, and hopefully they can get him back. But you know, let's see if he'll get back into the game.
And Jerome, you have his numbers. I mean, they are impressive on the high school season here with tackles. Kramer be shotgun formation, twins to the right, and he's got a single receiver here to the left. He's going that same. He stays that left side. He's firing it over the top, and he just fires it up, and it's incomplete.
Kramer's pass is incomplete, intended for Seckman.
Kind of amazed because it was 6 minutes in their first drive that Redland had, and they chewed a lot of time off that clock.
Right.
And then Cedar Cliff came back, had a couple minutes on that drive, and they're down to 16 seconds here in the first quarter. But Kramer's looking left side right away a lot, Archie. You see that. Being a left-handed quarterback, he's sort of across the body a lot, but anytime they're lined up in twins or even a trip situation, well, twins only, he's going to that side every time. I'm sure the defense is going to pick up on that eventually.
But one thing you can see is into their play script that all of his throws is going to the right side. So Redland sees something in Cedar Cliff defense that they're looking to attack. If you can see that last play was drawn up to fake like they was going short, and the slot receiver ran a real route.
Yeah.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And I think, you know, you go for the matchup. So I think they may see a matchup over there and throwing across his body. I mean, a quarterback's going to throw in every direction. So that's not necessarily a problem either way. The key is if you're running a one receiver route, you don't have a lot of options out there. So that gives the defense more bodies to put over there.
Well, first quarter is over. We'll go to break. We'll be back after these messages.
My father years ago told me, own your own business. That was my inspiration. And February 1st of 1996, we opened up as Capital Region Insurance Agency.
Throughout my entire life, seeing my dad how successful he was and learning the way he was actually able to communicate with people and help them, whatever their needs may be, it made me want to get more involved. I'm most proud of helping continue my dad's legacy, helping the surrounding communities, businesses, and families.
We try to wow our customers, let them know that we are here for them. If they can't get into our office, we would take the time and go visit them. This really differentiates ourselves from the 1-800 who do you get? Whether it's financial services, auto, home, life, commercial, we hold their hands, bring them through the process. We let them understand that we know what we're doing and they feel comfortable when they leave here.
I think it makes it more personal and more family-oriented, definitely more of a friendly environment.
What I'm most proud of is the hard work, and it's enabled me to insure clients, to provide protection for them, to let them sleep well at night.
Well, welcome back to second quarter action here at Cedar Cliff. Redland, the West Shore War, Kramer shotgun formation, twins to the right side. He's looking that way, pressure on, and man, did he get hit. Now he got blindsided, drilled by Javon Godenoff.
And that's a meet at the quarterback sack right there.
I mean, he was sandwiched between three guys.
And you know Albert Rosado has to be a part of that.
Yeah, Rosado, man, he's getting aggressive at it. Take a look at it.
I mean, it's just all three beat their men 1-to-1 on the blocks. I mean, that's when you have three guys meet at the quarterback, and just a really good defensive effort from that defensive line.
Well, second 19. Oh, Kramer underthrew it a little bit. He had his receiver the whole way. That receiver is Zeckman. He's looked his way several times here tonight, so it'll be 3rd and 19.
Well, as you can see, I mean, you know, one of the things on this drive that Redland is struggling with is pass protection. And again, offensive linemen are getting beat one-on-one by this defensive line, which will then force you to bring in more of a max protect look. which will put less receivers in the route. So they're going to want to try to shore that up so that they can have passing time for their quarterback to get the ball downfield.
Please have your money ready to support the Four Diamonds Fund.
Kramer's going to keep it. Oh, Kramer fumbles the ball and it's out. And now Cedar Cliff says they have it. Look, bounced around a couple times, traded hands, and Cedar Cliff Colts get the turnover they want. They win the early turnover battle, and they'll take the ball, and it's across midfield, and they're going to have great field position. And I don't know who stripped it. I'll have to take another look at it. But
well, ball security, as we know, is extremely important. And this is a situation where, as a quarterback,
Kramer is taking up.
Has to tuck this ball away in traffic like that to give your team the opportunity to punt the ball away. And you have hands all in the middle of that, pop the ball up. Cedar Cliff gets the ball.
Adam Enrico came in with the hand number 4 and popped the ball out, and it's Cedar Cliff's time. And there's flags down.
There's a flag on the field.
Archie, I know you love it when defense comes and gets you your take away.
One thing you can see, they matched up Redland this time. They brought in their dime package where they had enough DBs to match up with the receivers that Redland opposed. But one thing, the quarterback had the ball out, and you can see that one hand sneaks in there and rakes it out. But one thing I do love about this quarterback, and he's playing both ways, guys. He's a little tough cookie out there.
Yeah, Kramer plays both ways.
When we get a chance, I want to see that play before where the fumble took place. We talk a little bit about that again.
Means going to roll. And it's incomplete. His intended receiver was Reynolds, Jaheim Reynolds.
And here's the strip. You see Kramer, he gets into the defense, and you see blue jerseys all over the place, and just at the last minute, the ball is stripped out by number 4. Enrico just gets a hand in and then pops that ball loose. So, again, great job for the crew getting that close of a shot of the ball being taken away.
It means gives it the left side.
Morris with the carry.
To Morris. Morris, like we said, coming into the night, he could be the leading rusher at Cedar Cliff with 165 yards. He averages, 184. And he's going to get his share of carries tonight.
But I'll tell you right now, Redland is doing a good job.
You know what they are, Drum?
I mean, they may be giving up 4 or 5 yards a pop, but they're not making it easy. And again, he hasn't been able to break anything big up to this point. So you're going to see Cedar Cliff now in a third down situation. They're going to have to probably go to the air.
And it's caught and it's held onto. Man, Ramon Garcia had to hold on to that. I mean, that was a tough catch in the middle of the field, and the ball was thrown a little low for him. If I look at it, I think he had to go down a little bit to go get it. McMeans' ball here, take a look at it.
Yep, and they're about
it was in the breadbasket.
It was in the breadbasket. They're about 1.5 yards to 2 yards short of the first down. So, this will bring up a 4th down and a big opportunity for Redland to see if they can get a stop.
Big 4th and 2.
This is an Android phone and is found on the Redland side of the field.
Give to Morris. Morris pushing forward. He's going to move the chains. And look at all, takes a whole game to get him, man. I'll tell you what, he refuses to come down. How about the second effort and the push out of Morris? I mean, I believe that's what really makes this kid special is the fact that he just has those legs and grinds.
But he had some help from Citron, too. Citron was keeping him up.
He was,
He wasn't holding the guy back. He was trying to keep him up so that he can keep on running, and you saw him being able to get that first down. And, again, yards are hard to come by right now for Morris. It's not easy. Citron is blocking, and then he wants to hold up the defender so that the defender can't get him to the ground and keeps everybody up.
Morris again. Look at he stutter stepped a little bit just to find that hole and drives. Hey, Archie, this is old school football right here.
This is very much
This
so.
is taking us back.
Yes.
Well, one thing that we did see, guys, we seen this same formula against Bishop McDavid 2 weeks ago. Remember, they didn't have that many yards of total offense, but he finished that game with 32 carries and 100-some yards. He just grinded the defense out, and guess what, guys? We're seeing that same format again tonight.
Especially in the second half, because that's where we saw a lot of the yards in that game. So think about what he's doing now, and when that gets to the second half, these Redland running backs or D-backs and defensive line aren't going to want to hit him anymore.
Well, that was a great tackle of Cole Wagner. Wagner, the junior, he came up. He's 210 pounds, and he knew Morris was getting the ball, and he was there and anticipated it. So great tackle by Morris, but, Wagner, Cole Wagner.
And one thing about when you're being physical, running the ball, like you guys say, you don't see the big runs. He's a patient runner. He's not looking for the home run. He will take the 3 to 4 to 5 yards right now. You can see they're steady grinding Redland out, but Redland is playing solid. They know that he's coming, guys.
He's got 2 blockers. Running a full house backfield.
And sometimes that's the kind of game you're going to have where you're getting these, 5, 6, 7 yards at a time before the big one comes. So you have to be patient. You have to run hard. And the hope for him is as this game goes on, he's going to get those bigger ones because we know what happens when he gets the big ones. He's hard to catch from behind.
Yeah. So 7:52 here to play before halftime. Coming up for our halftime, we'll have all of your stats.
And he should be already in the teens as it comes to running the ball tonight.
Means rolling out, looking into the end zone. He has a receiver, and he's getting bumped, and there's going to be a flag. It's going to be pass interference on the Patriots. I think they're going to flag if Henline because he did slow up the receiver's progress. He bumped into him, and there's a flag, and another flag comes. Did I see 2 flags? Maybe not.
You have to see this again to see what happened.
But coming up at halftime, we have a special interview with Julie Walker from the Peyton Walker Foundation, our Jack Giambalvo halftime report, our Highmark halftime stats, and our Mid-Penn Bank 1 halftime highlights as well, all coming up at halftime, so please don't go away. But it'll be
They picked up the flag.
They picked up the flag. We'll look at it again here.
But one thing you can see, guys, is the play before in high school now is not like the pros. You do not have to turn around. That's a new rule that they had passed in the NFL.
Here's the thing. He did turn around. The D-back turned around right at the last minute, and actually the receiver ran into him.
It means that that ball gets knocked around and almost intercepted. Hayden Zeckman came up, the junior, made a great play.
I mean, the truth of the matter is they could have called that on the offense.
Yeah, actually.
Because when you saw the replay and he came and the receiver came back, number 45.
That was Nick Puig.
That's Nick Puig. He came back. He actually had his hands around the defensive back before, and the defensive back couldn't make the play.
But he still couldn't. He really still couldn't get to the ball. I really felt like he was interfered with.
Well, you can't go through the defensive back to get the ball because then it becomes offensive pass interference. He has just as much right to the ball as the receiver does.
But here's what I say. Had he caught that ball, though, let that play go, and that's why they picked it up. You know what I mean? Even if he had to get around him, I believe a touchdown's a touchdown on that. But
it would have been, but he wasn't. I think the ball was underthrown.
Yeah.
So that was the problem. So yeah, it's definitely, it ends up being a good play, and I think I was along with you before we saw the replay.
Yeah.
It looked obvious, and then you saw the replay, and it was like, oh, maybe not.
6:52, 4th and 1. Big conversion opportunity. Got to have it. 13 carries for 49 yards is Morris. Morris with the left side grinding across the 2-yard line. Still not all the way down, and he's not down, and he's going to be in the end zone. Touchdown, Cedar Cliff. They earned every bit of that touchdown. I've seen a lot of touchdowns, caught a lot of them, but that one there, that took about 25 minutes before he got into the end zone.
They stopped the progress.
They're down at the 1.
Oh, they stopped him at the 1. So it's they didn't. Okay, there was no touchdown. I apologize. And man, who came up to make that hit?
Wow, big hit. That was number 6, Dylan Rodhamber. Comes up, and actually now you see number 31, Morris, coming off the field, gimping a little bit after it looks like he got a helmet right on that knee. You don't want to see that.
You are correct, Jerome. As you can see on that bullet blitz right there, he anticipated it right, and he goes straight through, and his helmet kind of catches Morris in the leg.
He's got to walk that off. That hurts, man. That hurts. Helmet to the kneecap. 2nd and 4. McMeans rolling out. He has his receiver. Is it Citron? Citron in the end zone. It's clearly a touchdown. Pedro Citron, who had 3 interceptions the last time we were here, comes up and gives Cedar Cliff a 6-0 lead here in the Civil War.
And again, that's, I'll tell you, Redland has made Cedar Cliff earn it, but again, good play to get a rollout for your quarterback, get Citron in the flat and get in the end zone, and you sucked all the defense in to throw that ball. So that was a good play call for Cedar Cliff.
Alec Widmer's kick is up and good. That'll be 7-0. We'll be back with more here at the West Shore War after these messages.
The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 3 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Cedar, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. And introducing the all-new Genesis of York. The Giambalvo family of dealerships. Over $25 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With unbeatable service after the sale, too. There's a reason the Giambalvo family has been a part of your community for decades. Find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 3 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
Welcome back. Pedro Cintron catches the 2-yarder from Gannon McMeans and puts him on the board. 7-0 Cedar Cliff. But we got a great game here. 5:44 to play before half. Coming up at half, a special interview with Miss Julie Walker of Peyton Walker Foundation, giving you just some things to look for from parent athletes and all. That's coming up at halftime. Also, our Jack Giambalvo halftime report, our high mark halftime stats, and our mid-pin bank 1 half highlights, all coming up. Let's go inside some scores too, Jerome. We've got some interesting games going on in the Capitol.
Yeah, definitely, and we have some championship ones that are coming up. And before we do that, we'll take a look at the last drive, and you saw a lot of Morris on the plays for the Cedar Cliff offense. They gave a heavy dose of Morris, but it all started with the turnover for Redland, and then you see Morris get the ball a lot on this drive. And you're seeing, you know, when your running back's still running, you got the whole offensive line and other players helping you, and then Citron caps it off with a touchdown reception.
Kramer, who had completed his first 3 passes that he completed, he's since now, that's 0 for 5. He's 0 for 5 putting the ball up in the air since completing his first 3. Jerome, let's go inside the Capital areas. We talked about some scores. We got some great games in the air tonight.
Well, a big one in the Capital divisions, and it's for the championship right now. It's still high Milton Hershey. If Milton Hershey wins that game, they will be the outright champions for that division. And we have a attention grounding play for Redland. Let's get that in. But if Still High wins, then they have a share of the championship with Milton Hershey, as they both will have 1 loss. And if Middletown wins, it could be a 3-way tie between the 3. Gettysburg up 20-3 on Greencastle Anthem. Central Dauphin up 22-0 on their rival CD East. State College in Cumberland Valley they're playing tomorrow. That's tomorrow at the Beaver Stadium tomorrow. So we'll see what happens there. And Chambersburg is up 21-0 on Carlisle.
Look at Kramer. Kramer crossed the 40-yard line, the 50. Got knocked out of bounds, so he might have taken that thing. This kid is pretty elusive with his feet. Let's go down to Archie real quick, and we'll come back to some of those scores. Archie, Kramer has the ability to do that, fooled everybody, took off down the sideline.
They've been setting that up, but guys, I think that we had a flag on the play right there.
Flag?
So
Okay,
this might be coming back. All that hard work for nothing, but he's been setting that play up. This kid is a heck of an athlete, guys.
Well, that explained why he got downfield possibly, but at the same time, again, they finally were able to get some room. But what we've seen, though, is Cedar Cliff has really cranked up the defense as far as getting pressure on the quarterback, and in this time he just takes off and is able to get behind. Actually looked like it surprised Cedar Cliff's defense a little bit, but then the penalty brings it way back.
So one thing, you got to make a 40-yard run, then you got to jog all the way back across the field, get the play from the coach, run it back to your offense, and then call the play again, guys.
Yeah, so second, second and 32. So second in really the whole state of Pennsylvania. 5:05 to play. Kramer back to pass in his own end zone, fires it out, incomplete, had to get rid of it.
And again, Kramer is not getting a lot of time in the passing game. So you're seeing Cedar Cliff come and getting them. And again, they're winning one-on-one blocks quickly. And that's what you want to do for a defensive line. You want to do a move and you want to immediately get upfield and beat your guy one-to-one. And if you have 3 to 4 guys on the line doing that, you don't have a lot of time if you're Redland as far as the quarterback position. So they have to figure out a way to tighten up this pass protection.
So third down now in 32. From his own end zone is Kramer. Kramer's going to
Just pooch punt it.
He's going to pooch punt it out of there.
And some at home, why would you do that? Because right now, on a third down, the defense is not anticipating a punt. So it kind of catches the defense off guard, but it gives you space. You're only down 7-0. You're backed up. Your offense can't really generate anything. You can't throw the ball because of the fact that your offensive line is not doing well up front. So let's pooch punt it and play defense. So good call on that play for Redland.
It ended up being a 46-yard punt, so gives them an opportunity to see if they can do something to continue to stop Morris. Morris back in there. Stutters a little bit. Finds a way to crank it out across the 45.
It's another 4 to 5 yard run. About 4 yards. But again, Redland is not letting him break the big ones right now. So, you know, he's getting a lot of positive yards, but he's carrying the ball a lot to get the yards he's getting. And Redland is trying to make him earn every yard.
So it's 2nd and 6. Means under center. Give it to Morris. Morris right side, pushing in. Gains another one. Call it 2.
Morris up the middle for a couple of yards.
And I like what number 44, Cole Wagner, did. He got that penetration into the defense that forced Morris to stutter step a little bit. And that brings up a 3rd down and about 5. So again, it's not easy sledding up there. That Redland defense they're tackling okay, and they're making it hard. And they're saying you're going to have to feed him every play if he's going to get that record on us.
I'll tell you, up the middle, look at the size of 88 Sean Stewart, the senior, 6'2", 240, playing at the nose position. McMeans. Pass is incomplete. And that was Gavlik, Connor Gavlik, the intended receiver. So 4th and 4, and the punting team will come on, and that's what Redland did. They got an opportunity to, they punted on 3rd down and 32 from their own end zone. They got the stop they want.
And this could be a shock for some when they see the score, because right now, Redland is playing ball, and that you know, has it been easy for them? Of course not, but it's 7-0, so it's manageable. And they're keeping the game manageable by tackling well, and defensively they know what's coming and they're playing it.
Hunt's going to take a roll. They got to get it. It's going to take a Cedar Cliff roll. It's going to be just down at the 12-yard line. Let's just take a look for a second to just inside the numbers. Morris has 17 carries for 61 yards. His longest run of 9, so he's cranking away at those 2, those 3, those 4 yards. He's earned every one of those 61 yards. That's where he's at right now with his numbers.
But as of right now, if he doesn't get another carry on average, he won't get it. If Redland keeps doing this, he won't get it. He'll be short. So again, the failure for Morris to pick up big chunks has been what's been happening. 3, 4, 5 yards. That defense is doing their job right now.
That's the difference. Wagner give to Hunt. Hunt left side. He'll pick up 2. Split off the running back duties tonight between Shamir Hunt and Dylan Roddenhaber have got the carries tonight for Redland, with the injury due to Mike Stink. So 2nd and 10 for Redland. Kramer overlooking his line shotgun. He'll have twins out to the right in that single back. He'll give to Hunt. Oh, did Hunt fumble again?
Hunt with the carry.
I thought he lost it for a second.
He may have picked it up.
Man, this is, especially inside your 10, you know, you just really got to protect that ball.
Yeah, anytime you get in traffic, you have to have that ball high and tight. And again, another hand just comes in and smacks the ball loose, but fortunate for him, it bounces right back to him, and he's able to land on it. But again, if you're Hunt, you have to secure that ball, because that's what happened in the last turnover. That was a dangerous turnover for the quarterback, and it turned into 6 points for Cedar Cliff.
So it's 3rd and 4. Kramer looking this side, has his receiver, and did he catch it?
Yeah, they're going to call it.
Whoa, catch. I mean, juggling act by Jaden Henline.
Good play by Henline. And
Wow.
again, he's a good-sized kid at 6'2", 165 pounds on the outside, senior. So he gives you a nice catch radius, and you see him go up and get the ball.
All right, 1:48 to play, 1st and 10. Kramer's pass is complete. What a ball. I mean, it floated forever. Arch, did you see that ball? That ball floated forever into the arms of Hayden Zeckman.
The last 2 throws, guys, you can see he's throwing over the smaller defenders of Cedar Cliff. That first play was a ball over the linebacker and the DB for his taller receiver to get it. This time, he put enough of touch to go past 2 Cedar Cliff defenders to drop right in the breadbasket, guys.
Man, what a throw.
And Zeckman's short. He's only 5'5", and like you said, the touch was amazing.
This is what Kramer can do. Kramer takes off across the 50-yard line. Pedro Cintron will bring him down. He'll have some help, too, on the tackle with Adam Enrico.
I'll tell you what, though, if you take away that big run that got called back, they've contained Kramer pretty good. He hasn't really done much running the ball. It's just that we saw that big play happen, and it ended up not counting anyway. So right now, Cedar Cliff has done a good job of balling him up.
This is that last play we talked about. Look at that. That was a great throw. And the ball caught across the 30-yard line, 20. And Redland in the absolutely.
Did you see the arm strength on that? I mean, now that was a beautiful ball. That may have been the best ball of the day. Let's look at this. You see, he fades back and just boom, he fires it. Just fast release. That was the best throw for Kramer today. That was a very quick release throw, right on the money.
We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back with more after these messages.
Hundreds of Hoffman Ford customers have done it. They got out of their current vehicle and lowered their monthly payment during Hoffman Ford's Trade and Upgrade event. We'll pay off your vehicle even if you owe more than it's worth and get you into a new 2019 Ford Escape SEL for just $199 a month. Trade and upgrade now because
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
Welcome back, 2nd and 2. Redland going to take a time to talk about it. I mean, Frank Gay and his staff, that ball was fired on the money by Kramer. Kramer had gotten into a little bit of a hole there where he hadn't completed a pass, but his last 3 completions have been for 11, 18, and 26 yards. And now there's a minute 4 to play here in half. Knocking on the doors of Redland Patriots, and this is what we expected. We said, don't go anywhere. This will be a game no matter what. Adam Kramer shotgun formation with twins. He puts his favorite receiver in motion, looking left side. He's going to fire it. He has him cross the 10-yard line. And the ball bounces out, but they're calling it down.
Big hit. Big hit
Hayden Zeckman.
Big hit that did it. And I'll tell you.
Was that Pedro and Citron that came up and made that hit? Or did he pick the ball up? I'm not sure, but it was a big hit.
It was a big hit. And I think the difference that you've seen from the Redland team offensively is the protection. The pass protection on this drive has drastically improved compared to the pass protection on previous drives. So you see the offensive coordinators got together and figured out a little bit of what they could do to buy some time. And you see he has some time. He's able to step into his throw, delivers a good ball. It is caught. I mean, it's caught, and then there's a big hit by Cintron that comes up. And right now, like you said, Hayden Zeckman is the head receiver right now at 5'5" and 135 pounds.
Boy, how about Cintron? He comes up and lays the wood, doesn't he? We're going to have a timeout. We'll be back with more here. 56 seconds to play after these messages.
This is an education that focuses on your child's unique interests. It's taking field trips and making friendships. And it's what a modern-day public K-12 education looks like. This is Commonwealth Charter Academy, and this is how schools should work. CCA is an online public school available at no cost to all Pennsylvania families. Learn how Commonwealth Charter Academy can work for your family at ccaeducate.me.
56 seconds here before half. Adam Kramer playing a really nice football game here at number 11. He's showing his arm off tonight. But coming up here on halftime, don't go anywhere. I have an interview with Julie Walker from the Peyton Walker Foundation. The Jack Giobambo halftime report, our Highmark halftime stats, Mid-Penn Bank highlights, all this coming up at halftime. Kramer shotgun formation, looking back. Pressure on, steps up through the pockets, got to get out there. He won't. And there's a flag down, probably holding. He went down hard. Man, Godino come up to make a tackle. Well, that's rough. He dropped back, lost a lot of yards and flag down, and I think it's going to be holding on that right side.
I believe he got rid of the ball, so he didn't get sacked. He did throw the ball, but it looks like it is going to come back anyway, and they're going to get him for grounding. So he did throw the ball, but there's an intentional grounding here. So you see the big sack. So that is going to be credited a sack. And wow, that is a big sack play right there. And that's big, number 65. Godinez, 5'10", 205 pounds, comes up and makes the play.
Well, we got some time here, 47 seconds.
Guys, these are 2 costly penalties. I mean, we're in a threatening position to score right now, and then we come back with a holding plus an intentional grounding, which is a loss of down.
Yep.
So this was 2 crucial penalties for Redland as they was getting ready to go into the half, guys. What do you think?
No doubt about it.
It'll be 3rd and 30.
So it'll be 3rd and 30. Backed him up. They started going backwards. Had a nice drive in the red zone. And penalties will actually take care of that and bring it back. So they're still trying to iron a few things out here. So it'll be a 3rd and 30, 44 seconds to play here before half.
Well, one thing I think they're trying to add out, like Jerome said, if there was a sack, then the clock could most continue to run. If it was an incomplete pass, then the clock doesn't start on the start of the play.
You know, guys, we talked a little bit about this Redland team. You remember in 2015 what they did with the Little League World Series. Jaden Henline, a big part of that. We called his name out a few times tonight. There's a lot of these guys that are out there. Dylan Roddenhaber, when he was playing. I mean, it's a lot of these kids that have been known around this area for some time for what they did on that run that really captivated ESPN audiences. They're out here playing football tonight in the West Shore War. 7-0, 3rd down and 30. We're still not ready to get this thing going yet here.
Well, right now they're trying to iron out what time. As you can see, it was 44.7. Now they put 3 more seconds, which brings it to 47, and the clock is running, so it was a sack, guys.
You know, might remember Kramer back here dumps off on the screen, picks up a lot of yards, and I mean, just running ahead is Zekman. I want to go and let you know, back in 2015, there's a player down. Man, we've had our share of hits.
And this was just a big hit too. And you saw just the wow. That's a rough one. And when you see it, sometimes that happens when multiple defensive players converge on an offensive player, and sometimes they take each other out in that process. So
that's Jameer Reynolds Vasquez down. We'll take a break. We'll be back. I hope to see this.
We'll talk about it. Hi, Mrs. Torres. Hey, Stephanie. Actually, you know what? Let me get those.
Introducing Giant Direct.
Thank you.
Everything you need, handpicked and fresh, direct from us to you. Try it free and save $20 on orders of $75 or more. Enter bananas at checkout.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your project from start to finish. With 6 locations, Groff Tractor is always nearby your equipment needs. Groff Tractor also offers scheduled maintenance along with 24/7 emergency service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
All right, it'll be 4th down and 14. Redland's going to go for it. 30 seconds to play here before half. I thought maybe they might even consider with the ball spotted on the 24, they might bring their kicker in. He has a pretty good foot, but they're going to go for it here. Kramer's in shotgun formation. He splits 2 to his left, 2 to his right, no back. And here we go. Ball's on the 24. Kramer. Pressure on, going to have to roll, and there's nothing he can do. I mean, he did not have any time. That is just a good play. And the sack is going to be recorded by Adam Enrico. Man, that was an all-out, or actually it's Jaheim Reynolds. I don't know who got through there.
Yeah, it was Reynolds. And again, that's what you get, that speed in the offensive backfield. And at that time, Kramer had nothing. He had no time to do anything with that ball. I mean, that pretty much he got the snap. Next thing you know, he has blue jerseys in his face.
First down for Colts.
And like you said, Kramer playing both ways. You see him out there playing in the safety spot. Morris running hard, across the 40-yard line, trying to get him at least in maybe field goal position. He'll be drug out, and that's going to be, I'm not surprised that's not a flag. It looked like a late hit, but man, did he get by with a late hit. I mean, Archie, are you over on the sideline, on the Cedar Cliff sideline, and they're heated with that?
Well, what they're looking at, guys, is he stepped out of bounds, but they're looking at the continuation of the tackle.
Okay.
It's a clean play, but it looks like he just even brought him to the ground while out of bounds. But it's a clean play, guys.
Yeah, looking at it from here, it looked like he didn't have to make this tackle at that point. So you see he's in balance now, and then all of a sudden there's a collision. It's in balance. He's out. He's been out. He actually stepped out when the collision happened. So at that point, it should have been dead right there. That could have been a call.
That probably could have been a 15, but 7.5 to play, and it's going to be a timeout. Cedar Cliff, they're actually going to take a look at here, maybe taking a shot downfield.
This year, High School Sports Live is partnering with Capital Region Insurance Agency and AT&T to bring awareness to distracted driving. Each game will feature the Capital Region Insurance Agency and AT&T student section and ask students to consider Capital Region's challenge to young drivers that a text or a call can wreck it all. AT&T is challenging students to join millions who have taken the pledge to drive distraction-free as part of It Can Wait campaign. To learn more, visit itcanwait.com.
7.5 seconds to go. 4th and 10. Now the ball will be spotted right on the 50-yard line.
And if you think about it, there's been so much game played, and the score is only 7-0 right now.
Man, that was a bad snap. It's going to cost them. It's going to be halftime, 7-0. We got everything we want here in the Civil War. We're going to be coming back with our Jack Giovanni halftime report and all of our stats and highlights after these messages. I had an opportunity to sit down with Julie Walker, to talk about the Peyton Walker Foundation before the game.
Hi, I'm here with Julie Walker of the Peyton Walker Foundation. And Julie, we've had, last couple of years we have really discussed this, and we know that the work that we've seen you do in this area with your foundation, one of the biggest things that we want to talk about today with you is what are some of the signs with sudden cardiac arrest, and what is it that you want to express to parents and players and students across, the capital area and other places, what are the signs they should be looking for?
Well, so the Peyton Walker Foundation was established, and our mission is to increase awareness and survival rates of sudden cardiac arrest. So we encourage parents, really get educated about this, talk to your kids, listen to the signs and symptoms, ask them if they've had any of these, and tell them to report them to you or your coaches. So we say lightheadedness, dizziness, palpitations or fluttering in the heart and the chest pain or pressure. And also sometimes when kids are working out and they just don't seem to recover well, they're just extremely fatigued. That's a sign that something could be going on. But the number one sign that there could be an underlying heart condition is passing out. Passing out is not a normal thing. So if your child passes out, definitely contact your pediatrician or ask for a cardiac consult.
And I think one of the things is awareness, like even for me and for our high school sports staff, from the time that we've got to talk to you about it, some of the interviews we've seen in the past, it's now more prevalent than we've really even imagined. And what are some of those stats?
Well, shockingly, honestly, the #1 killer of student athletes. And it's unbelievable that, the leading cause of death on school campuses, and we say 1 hour every day a kid dies from sudden cardiac arrest. And I don't know that it's happening more, but I think it's because of today's media, we're more aware of it. It's really growing in recognition. And so like the past 3 or 4 Friday nights in a row, we saw tragic headlines of students dropping over dead on the football field. It's horrific. We've got to make a change.
Yeah, and we're partnering in that change, and that's one of the greatest things that we want people to know is it is with us, and we know your story and how personal that story is. But there is always hope. And there's hope at the end of all of this. We know right now legislation's been one of the biggest things that you have really personally and your family has started to fight for, and I think that's the thing right now that gives me chills to think about and talk about. Talk about the success and how we're moving forward with the actual the EKG screenings and in this new Peyton's Law.
Well, honestly, when we started the foundation, we didn't know where this journey was going to take us, and we're so thrilled. This spring, we reached out to Senator Mike Regan, told him about a law that had just gotten passed in Texas, and we said, hey, let's see if we can do this in Pennsylvania. So Peyton's Law was introduced, and what it'll do is when parents fill out the PIAA pre-participation forms, it will include information on there that you can ask as a parent. Ask for an electrocardiogram as part of your sports physical. It tells you why an electrocardiogram is important and how that can help to find these hidden heart issues that could lead to sudden cardiac death. So we think raising awareness, educating the parents, giving them that tool will really help to lower the numbers in the long run.
And you know what? I would agree probably more than anything. And your work it's never ending. We're greatly appreciative of it. More importantly, but I want to end on this note. I know screenings are coming up. I know they've been offered. We've seen billboards. We've seen interviews with you. What are some things coming up on the horizon here that maybe we can look at and some of our student athletes and parents can actually be ready for, or where can they go to get more information?
Well, first you can visit PeytonWalker.org for more information, but we may be reaching out to everybody and saying, help us get Peyton's Law passed so that our kids have a fighting chance. So if you hear us making that plea, please heed the answer to that. But we've got heart screenings coming up. Right now we're done for the year on heart screenings, but we'll have some in February and March coming up. Again, visit the website for information on those. They are absolutely free. There's no charge to attend a heart screening. We just had one a couple weeks ago, found 4 kids with potentially significant heart issues. These kids look healthy, but they have hidden issues that could lead to sudden death. So these are critical for kids. Get them.
Well, they are critical, and we appreciate that. But, last but not least, it's football. It's Friday night. We've got Cedar Cliff, Redland. We call this the Civil War or the West Shore War. Do you have any idea who you feel tonight might be on the victorious side?
Any parent that gets their kids heart screened, that's a winner.
You know what? Great. That's why she's amazing at what she does, and we're appreciative of your work. And we understand that we're all in this together. And I want you to say one thing. I love really that slogan or what you guys stand for. And I love that, but I think coming from you, it just sounds so much better.
Well, 2 things we say. Number 1, checking hearts, protecting hearts, and saving lives so that the beat goes on.
We want that beat to continue to go on for all of you. We thank Julie Walker and the Peyton Walker Foundation.
I'm with Samantha Johnson from the Commonwealth Charter Academy. She is the director of the new aquaponics program here at Commonwealth. Talk about why this was created and the benefits it has for your students.
AgWorks at CCA gives students the skills necessary to enter the field of agriculture. It's a controlled environment system, so they learn about aquaponics, hydroponics, and aeroponics.
Students from all over the state benefit from this program that's located here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. But I would think students from an urban environment would benefit tremendously because of the geography of where they live. Can you talk about that?
Absolutely. Students in an urban setting sometimes have difficulty getting fresh organic produce. In a system like this, they can not only learn how to grow it, they also can learn how to sell it.
Sam, talk about how unique Commonwealth Charter is providing this program for students. There doesn't seem to be anything like this out there.
Mm-hmm. We are the largest publicly accessible aquaponics system in the country. So our students come here throughout the state of Pennsylvania, but they can also log online in order to access our dashboard, see all the data within the system. We also have cameras throughout the system, so students all across the state can come ready to learn. The easiest way to learn more about our program is to go online to ccaeducate.me. From there you can learn more about our school and also more about how to volunteer and help out with AgWorks at CCA.
I got the phone call that every parent dreads. Our beautiful 19-year-old daughter Peyton had died. Sudden cardiac arrest had ended her precious young life. This #1 killer of student athletes and leading cause of death on school campuses attacked our family. Many heart conditions that can lead to sudden cardiac arrest aren't found during routine physicals. That's why the Peyton Walker Foundation provides free heart screenings for teens. Help prevent sudden cardiac arrest in your family. Visit PeytonWalker.org.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your project from start to finish. With 6 locations, Groff Tractor is always nearby your equipment needs. Groff Tractor also offers scheduled maintenance along with 24/7 emergency service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
Hundreds of Hoffman Ford customers have done it. They got out of their current vehicle and lowered their monthly payment during Hoffman Ford's Trade and Upgrade event. We'll pay off your vehicle even if you owe more than it's worth and get you into a new 2019 Ford Escape SEL for just $199 a month. Trade and upgrade now because
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Here's the deal. Feeding those two isn't cheap. They're bottomless pits. We literally go through a loaf of bread a day. Guys, remember to chew. But at Giant, I get bonus buy savings in every aisle, which is good because I'm always running out of something.
Mom, we're out of chips.
See?
Everything you need at prices you'll love. That's a combination you'll only find at Giant.
Free birds are just the beginning. Start earning yours today. See store for details.
High School Sports Live is proud to sponsor the Giant Food Fight this year in partnership with Giant Foods to support the Central PA Food Bank. To find out how you can support the Central PA Food Bank, volunteer or donate non-perishable food items, please go to www.centralpafoodbank.org.
Fans, does your players have what it takes to be part of the largest, most successful AAU basketball program in Central Pennsylvania? Team Pennsylvania AAU Basketball is having their fall AAU tryouts the weekend of October 26th and 27th. Team Pennsylvania continues to set the standard for high-level AAU, having sent the most student athletes to college than any other Central PA program. So to register for the fall tryouts, go to www.teampahoops.com. As a trusted local community bank, Mid-Penn Bank offers options for families including simple free checking, a young savers account, great rates on CD and money market, an array of financing options including mortgages and home equity loans. Stop in at Mid-Penn Bank branch near you or visit midpennbank.com.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 3 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Cedar, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. And introducing the all-new Genesis of York. The Giambalvo family of dealerships. Over 25 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With unbeatable service after the sale, too. There's a reason the Giambalvo family has been a part of your community for decades. Find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 3 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency, 717-731-1142.
Erie Insurance. Hundreds of Hoffman Ford customers have done it. They got out of their current vehicle and lowered their monthly payment during Hoffman Ford's Trade and Upgrade event. We'll pay off your vehicle even if you owe more than it's worth and get you into a new 2019 Ford Escape SEL for just $199 a month. Trade and upgrade now because
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
This is an education that focuses on your child's unique interests. It's taking field trips and making friendships. And it's what a modern-day public K-12 education looks like. This is Commonwealth Charter Academy, and this is how schools should work. CCA is an online public school available at no cost to all Pennsylvania families. Learn how Commonwealth Charter Academy can work for your family at ccaeducate.me.
We'll talk about it. Hi, Mrs. Torres. Hey, Stephanie. Actually, you know what? Let me get those.
Introducing Giant Direct.
Thank you.
Everything you need handpicked and fresh direct from us to you. Try it free and save $20 on orders of $75 or more. Enter bananas at checkout.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your project from start to finish. With 6 locations, Groff Tractor is always nearby your equipment needs. Groff Tractor also offers scheduled maintenance along with 24/7 emergency service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
Yeah. Well, welcome back to halftime. Cedar Cliff 7-0. The West Shore War. We have a heck of a game here. You don't want to go anywhere. But Advanced Hoops is hosting their Winter Skill Builder featuring crossover intensity with Gerald Jarman, shooting tune-up with Charlie Portney, and a competition class with games like 5-on-5 play. Classes start Saturday, December 7th. To learn more, please visit www.advancedhoops.com. Well, welcome back, and now we're going to head down to Jerome. He's with Archie in our Capital Region Insurance Agency and AT&T It Can Wait campaign, where sections of students are told to remember, take the call, and you could risk it all. Let's go down to you, Jerome.
Hey guys, I'm here with the AT&T Capital Region It Can't Wait student section. And I'll tell you what, Capital Region came up with an amazing slogan and campaign for our students and our young kids and driving. We want to make sure, and they want to make sure, that our young people aren't texting and driving. And they want to make sure they keep them safe. So what Capital Region did was they came up with t-shirts and the slogan, It Can't Wait campaign. And if you take the call, you can lose it all. And that's one of the things that they want to make sure that our young people stay safe. So our Capital Region student section has a message for everybody back home and watching today.
All right, we got enthusiastic Archie Smith and Jerome Presley. We'll be right back We'll be right back with our halftime report. Jack Giambalvo will have a halftime report right after these messages.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Here's the deal. Feeding those two isn't cheap. They're bottomless pits. We literally go through a loaf of bread a day. Guys, remember to chew. But at Giant, I get bonus buy savings in every aisle, which is good because I'm always running out of something.
Mom, we're out of chips.
See?
Everything you need at prices you'll love. That's a combination you'll only find at Giant.
Free birds are just the beginning. Start earning yours today. See store for details.
High School Sports Live is proud to sponsor the Giant Food Fight this year in partnership with Giant Foods to support the Central PA Food Bank. To find out how you can support the Central PA Food Bank, volunteer or donate non-perishable food items, please go to www.centralpafoodbank.org.
Fans, does your players have what it takes to be part of the largest, most successful AAU basketball program in Central Pennsylvania? Team Pennsylvania AAU Basketball is having their fall AAU tryouts the weekend of October 26th and 27th. Team Pennsylvania continues to set the standard for high-level AAU, having sent the most student athletes to college than any other Central PA program. So to register for the fall tryouts, go to www.teampahoops.com.
As a trusted local community bank, Mid-Penn Bank offers options for families including simple free checking, a young savers account, great rates on CD and money market, an array of financing options including mortgages and home equity loans. Stop in at Mid-Penn Bank branch near you or visit midpennbank.com.
Oh, man, it's cheering.
Well, welcome back to our Jack Giambalvo halftime report. Joining us here in the booth is Jerome Presley and Archie Smith Jr. Guys, the score 7-0. It's exactly what we thought. Now, you know what's kind of interesting about this game before we're going to talk about what you really thought you saw is right now everybody's paying attention to this whole Keystone Division because if by chance the Patriots would come up with an upset, because it's not out of question right now to 7-0. I mean, actually, they've driven the ball several times. This would throw a wrinkle into the mix. Right now, we heard that Bishop McDevitt is down 6-3 to Susquehanna.
Wow.
That would do a three-way tie. This would change everything here in this Keystone Division. So this game has probably more important implications than everybody realizes. Cedar Cliff was trying to close the deal here tonight. What do you feel like they've got to do? I feel like at times Redland's been a little more effective with the ball.
The problem with Redland is they've had spurts, but they haven't put together the drive. They haven't finished them. And because they haven't finished them, they have a 0 on the board. So the key for them is, can they finish the drive now? They've done a lot of things. They've made a lot of yards. They've been able to do some things. But, hey, number one, pass protection has been a huge, huge issue for them. The only time that they were able to really gain anything offensively in Redland was when they were able to protect the quarterback. And if they cannot protect Kramer, they're not going to be able to finish off these drives. But they have to finish the drives. But the fact that they're only down 7-0 in this game, which is a rivalry game, you threw out the records. That shows you that they're in the game. So they don't have to do anything crazy to adjust. They just have to finish drives. If they can finish drives, they can tie this game up and see what happens.
And you agree it was just what he said, but I was going to ask you to take the Cedar Cliff offense and Morrison. He's doing some effective things too. More of him in the second half?
We're going to start off. I mean, he had 17 carries this half. So I'm looking at another 10 to 15 carries this half. I remember the game we covered last time, he finished with 32 carries. So we're looking at, they're in that same format right now. But just like we heard that score, they've heard that score as well. So I'm telling my players right now, guys, we have to come out here. We have to finish. We have to come out here and execute. Let's keep riding our horse right now, Morris, and let's help them get the record tonight, guys.
Well, let's go inside to our first half highlights. It's sponsored by a Mid-Penn Bank first half highlights. You saw the fumble. This sets up McMeans with a chance to Pedro Citron from about 5 yards away. That was a touchdown. That put them on the board 7-0. It's just a rollout, kind of well executed, and who plays a lot of defense, not so much offense. Pedro Citron And then Redland puts a drive together by Wagner's arm. You know, Wagner threw 13 Ks in that 2015 World Series game when they had captivated the audiences of ESPN across the nation, that Redland baseball team. And tonight I feel like Kramer's come up well. He's had to do a lot of pressure. And look at this ball here, thrown on the money. Now that was the money ball that we talked about, where you saw Kramer's arm really activated there. But you guys have also talked, he's playing both ways. So tonight you see both of these get Redland is there's hustle on that side, there's hustle on Cedar Cliff side, but hell, this is what we want. Let's go inside our numbers, our high mark halftime stats numbers. What do you see, Arch?
Oh, one thing you can see on Cedar Cliff, I mean, same, their steady patience, 67 yards rushing, only 25 yards passing. If you look at Redland right now, they have 48 yards rushing and 85 yards passing. So right now, Redland is dominating on the total yards right now, and also I think on the time of possession. But one thing, as Jerome note, if you're trying to if you have a dynamic player on the other side, how do you slow that player down? You keep him off the field.
And Jerome, you were really impressed, like 67 yards. You'll take that as a defensive coordinator right now.
Yeah, when I look at the stats, I see defense. Only 92 yards for Cedar Cliff. That's not a lot of offense. 135 yards for Redland. I mean, that's telling you right there that both of these defenses are playing pretty well. Right. So right now, which offense can finish a drive and continue it on? And I want to see Morris, see if Cedar Cliff can get Morris on some big plays, because right now, Redland is doing a good job of keeping that offense at bay. And I think this offense for Cedar Cliff, it's built around Morris' explosion. Yeah. As he explodes, the rest of the offense does. And right now, he's been pretty bottled up with a lot of carries, but not a lot of yards when you look at it.
That's good, Jerome. On another thing, as you can see, Redland is keeping Cedar Cliff in long yardage on 3rd and 14, but they come out, or 2nd and 14, but they come out with a play action pass. Every time the receiver catches the ball, we'll put them in short yardage. So you always have like a 3rd and 2 or a 4th and 1, which contains plays right into Morris and Cedar Cliff play calling, guys. So like Jerome said, it's going to be very interesting to see. I like to see more play action. I like to see Cedar Cliff try to take some shots down the field with their receivers.
Well, we'll see if that's what's going to be the case. Nice football game here, 7-0. The Civil War, the West Shore War. There'll be more with the third quarter coming right up after these messages.
As a trusted local community bank, Mid-Penn Bank offers options for families, including simple free checking, a young savers account, great rates on CD and money market, an array of financing options, including mortgages and home equity loans. Stop in at Mid-Penn Bank branch near you or visit midpennbank.com. This year, High School Sports Live is partnering with Capital Region Insurance Agency and AT&T to bring awareness to distracted driving. Each game will feature the Capital Region Insurance Agency and AT&T student section, and ask students to consider Capital Region's challenge to young drivers that a text or a call can wreck it all. AT&T is challenging students to join millions who have taken the pledge to drive distraction-free as part of It Can Wait campaign. To learn more, visit itcanwait.com. High School Sports Live is proud to sponsor the Giant Food Fight this year in partnership with Giant Foods to support the Central PA Food Bank. To find out how you can support the Central PA Food Bank, volunteer or donate non-perishable food items, please go to www.centralpafoodbank.org.
Welcome back to third quarter action. West Shore Cedar Cliff will have the ball to start the second half. We're excited to see what we'll see. The line drive kick. It's going to be fumbled and picked up. And crossing the right side, crossing the 40. And flags are down is Reynolds, Jaheim Reynolds. And you see really right there with Jaheim Reynolds getting a decent return, but the flag down. And that's going to go against Cedar Cliff, so that's going to back him up, Arch. And Cedar Cliff really, if you're coming from the offensive side right now, you want to put a drive together.
But one thing they're going to do right now, I mean, this holding play is real big. I mean, we're losing at least 18 to 20 yards right here when we could have started the ball at least on the 37-yard line. So one thing I want to see is Cedar Cliff going to come out with a heavy dosage of Morris right here.
I mean, you really say to yourself, and you said it before, why not? I mean, he can carry the thing 32 times. I mean, that was the difference in the game that we had last time here against McDevitt.
But one thing you can see Redland with 8 in the box, so breaking a long run right now is very hard for Morris. As you can see, he is being hit on contact 2 to 3 times by at least a group of white helmets out there, guys.
Coming up to make that tackle was Caden Peffer on the play. 2nd and 10, the ball now on a 31-yard line. And we saw drives in that first half that were like clock-chewing drives. There was a 12-play drive with the very first drive of Redland with for 6 minutes. They kept the ball and drove into the red zone, did not come away with the score. Shotgun formation, McMeans looks like he almost gets Redland to jump. They did. Got to go against them. Or excuse me, yeah, that's offsides on the defense. So we'll get a few more of those back.
Well, you can see in that encroachment penalty right there, Cedar Cliff showed Redland something different. And that's one thing that I'm interested to see right now. Redland is low in the box, so they're going to make Cedar Cliff have to pass. They have winning the halftime right now, not going to let Morris beat them by himself. 2nd and 2. Give to Morris. Morris is going to move the chains across the left side, and it takes a lot of people to bring him down. Coming up to make the tackle, Dylan Rodenhaber will make that tackle. He plays both ways, playing offense and defense. Somebody else came in there too, Jerome. I think it was number 44, Cole Wagner.
Haven't you been impressed with his game? Like, there's a few times on the end where he has really, you could tell that he's well scouted, because he's made plays tonight where he's anticipated the call, and he's been in that backfield a few times, number 44. I've been impressed with his game, but look at this. This is a different set that you see for Cedar Cliff. McMeans has got it, trips to the far right. He's going to look that whole way, under pressure, down the field, and that ball is almost going to be picked off. It should have been picked off, Arch.
I mean, in this play right here, in this game right now, you are a receiver. You've been catching every pass, high passes, low passes. Now you get a chance to make a big play on the defense right now, and this is a play that Mr. Zegman is supposed to come up with right now. Excellent coverage, attacks the ball at the highest point, and it goes through. That's a play that he's beating himself up right now, but he's letting his teammates know that, hey, guys, we're going to get this back.
Left side, Morris crossing almost the 40. And it'll be 3rd and 10. Marchie with some of that analysis on this second half, just talking about healthy dose of Morris and Jerome. I mean, this is what is the recipe for Cedar Cliff here at 3rd and 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's a recipe, but at the same time, man, this Cedar Cliff offense is not exploding on this Redland defense. You have to give credit for the defense.
Morris stutter steps a little bit just to find that opening. Just takes a crack for him, and he's through it. Look at the push and the shove, and then moves the chains. First down for Jaheim Morris. Again, just that little counter move.
Yeah, and Redland knows what's coming. I mean, that's the one thing about Cedar Cliff is they're not making any, they're not doing anything to kind of be deceptive. They're saying, hey, we're going to run the ball, and you have to stop us. And right now, Redland has done a good job up to this point.
Rolling to his right is McMeans. McMeans got backside pressure from Cole Wagner.
And that's your buddy, Centron.
Pedro Centron going up to make the play here. Let's look again at it. As McMean rolls, he has pressure. Cole Wagner's coming from that backside. And Centron does a little bit of it all, doesn't he?
Yeah, that was good coverage on the back end. The first and second read wasn't open. So when a good job of the defense, and McMeans had to go to his third option, more of a closer option of an 8-yard pass. So.
Quick pitch. Oh my gosh, with a full head of steam to run across the 40-yard line, across the 35, dragging people with him is Morris.
And that was probably one of Morris's better runs of the day. I mean, you see a pitch that didn't go to the side of the pitch, actually had two fullbacks coming back, so he pitches it and reverses field. It's almost a counter pitch play, which you don't see a lot. And he had the blockers in front of him to create a hole, and he was able to get upfield. Really good play design, because I think that fooled the entire Redland defense.
Morris again. When he made the tackle is Hayden Zeckman.
Yeah, Zeckman crashed down very well to make sure that he made the tackle. And Zeckman's having a quietly a good game on both sides of the ball.
Guys, Zeckman is playing lights out there. For all you kids that's back home watching right now, if you want to see a kid that size doesn't matter right now, I mean, this kid is leaving it all out on the field today, guys.
So 2nd and 9, 7:30 to play here. Third quarter action at West Shore Stadium. Both of these teams call this their home stadium. It's shared. Backside pressure. Dumped off. Keita will come up with the catch. Keita kind of just been a blocking back. Gets an opportunity to catch it coming out of the backfield. He holds on to it.
And that's sometimes a good idea, you know, when you have so much of the play being dominated by Morris, you have to get other guys involved to see if you can spread this defense out. Right now, Redland is very packed in because they're showing a lot of run for Cedar Cliff, and Redland is just packing it in, packing it in, packing it in. So you have to do something to lighten that up.
Ashton Gamboa on the catch. And that'll be a first down for the Colts.
And as you're seeing with Cedar Cliff, they've had a really good mix of running and passing the ball on this drive, and they've been equally successful at both. So you see more balance, and as you see the balance, you're seeing them advance the ball quicker downfield. And the interesting thing is sometimes the passing game can open up the running game.
1st and 10, 6:14 to play. Morris gets tripped up, picks up maybe one. Cole Wagner up on the tackle.
And good play by Wagner coming down. And again, you saw that hole open up real quick. Morris sees it. He starts up the hole. Wagner comes down and shuts the door. So that was just a good play from the defense of Redland.
Second and 7. Morris right side. And this is just a real effective second half drive right here.
And it's a long drive. I think that's the one thing if you're Redland. Redland doesn't have tons of numbers, so you're not going to see a bunch of guys being able to come in. So the goal for Cedar Cliff in this drive is to try to wear this Redland team down, and some of those 5, 6, 7-yard carries become 15, 20, 25 and more yards. So you're seeing them trying to lay a hat on a hat and move them out the way.
13th play of the drive right here. Morris left side. Wagner comes in, makes the initial hit, has some help, dragging Morris down. And then looks like somebody's holding a hand. It's Dylan Rodenhaver is holding, is it a finger or the neck? We'll take a break. We'll be right back after these messages.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Welcome back, 7-0. Dylan Rodenhaver will go over to the sideline. So it's 4th and 1. And look who splits up the middle. Touchdown, Cedar Cliff. What a play. 14-play drive. Capped off by McMeans going up the middle. They did not expect that coming. Expected that he was going to hand that ball off Archie. That was a great play call.
As you can see, and they had that dialed up, and you can look and see Redland had their defenders to attack on the outside. I don't know why they didn't think that, the play wasn't coming up the middle, but it was a quick design and a quick play by Cedar Cliff, they didn't even get Redland time to adjust, and you get a quarterback sneak, and he goes up the middle untouched.
Well, you know what I think happened, Archie, is the defense didn't see him. He hid as soon as the play was snapped. He hid behind that offensive line and then popped out the left side.
I'm gonna tell you what though, I don't think that he thought that he was gonna break that run like that, because he went through tucking the ball and cradling the ball, expecting to be hit. And once you go through there on the quarterback sneak and you don't feel untouched, man, it's nothing but end zone.
At the point after by Widmer. Oh, and it didn't get blocked, and it's going to look like it's going to be good, and it's going to be, the flags will go against Redland.
What you're going to have is illegal touch in the center. You cannot jump over the center or even come close to touching the center by him being in a down position like that. That is another step that football across America has taken to making the game safer, guys.
And that's a good thing, because, man, that does dangerous. You got your head down. Now, this might, well, anyway, it's going to go against Redland, and it'll be assessed on the kickoff. We'll go to break. We'll be right back after these messages.
The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 3 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Cedar, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. And introducing the all-new Genesis of York. The Giambalvo family of dealerships. Over $25 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With unbeatable service after the sale, too. There's a reason the Giambalvo family has been a part of your community for decades. Find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 3 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
Well, welcome back. 4:28 play. That drive was a very effective drive. Look at that, 14 plays, 77 yards, chewed up 7 minutes and 32 seconds out of this third quarter. That's a heck of a high school football drive right there. Let's go inside scores, Jerome, around the Capital area, because we've had some close ones here tonight, some good ones that we're all interested in.
Definitely. For the Capital Vision Championship, you have Milton Hershey up 25-13 on Steel High in the third quarter. Very good game there. Boiling Springs down 21-0 on East Pennsboro. Gettysburg up 41-3 on Greencastle Anthem. Chambersburg area 42-0 as Chambersburg is gearing up for the playoffs. Central Dauphin as well, 29-0 for the Commonwealth. Central York up 21-7. Middletown up 41-6 on Palmyra. Coatesville and Downingtown tied 14-14. Bermudian Springs up 14-6 on Biglerville. Bishop McDevitt is down still 6-3 against Susquehanna Township. And Red Line up 14-7 on Allenstown area. And Mechanicsburg is up big on Lower Dauphin, 42-7.
All right, back at our action here. We'll have Kramer in a shotgun formation. He'll give to Hunt. Hunt running hard across the 30. Make it to 32. And he'll be tackled there. Coming up to make that tackle is Anthony Jones for Cedar Cliff. 4:22 to play here in the third quarter.
And I think Hunt has had a quiet, decent game. Unfortunately, he hasn't touched the ball a lot. But when he has touched the ball, he's gotten positive yards. So he's a good-sized back, good-sized runner. And again, if I was Redland, I would try to get him more touches in the offense.
I think you're right in all accounts there. I mean, he's shown that he's done things with his legs. Look at the holes across the 45. Staying on his feet across the 50-yard line is Hunt. And Citron will bring him down. And we got a player down.
And I tell you, Redland can't afford any more guys going down, that's for sure. That's the thing. Hunt, the one thing that I think is impressive about him is he's a very direct north-south runner. He does run high. He's a taller back, so he runs high. But I'll tell you what, he doesn't waste a lot of movement going north and south.
Sounds good, Jerome, what you're saying. But what we really want to maybe talk about while we have a player down is the actual realignment that's going to start happening.
Yeah, the Mid-Penn is going to go through another realignment. Now, it will not affect the Commonwealth Division. As you'll see, we'll still have the same teams: Altoona, Carlisle, Central Dauphin, CD East, Chambersburg, Cumberland Valley, Harrisburg, and State College. That will remain unseen.
You know what? I'm glad that's untouched. That's a heck of a division.
This is where some change is going to happen. You have Bishop McDevitt that'll stay, Cedar Cliff will stay, Hershey will stay, Lower Dauphin. They will gain Mifflin County, that's coming over from the Colonial. They'll gain Milton Hershey, who may win the Capital, will be coming to the Keystone. They'll gain Palmyra from the Capital as well to go along with Redland. So you see that conference has some shifting. So then we'll go to the Capital Division, where Milton Hershey and Palmyra came from. It's smaller. Camp Hill, Big Springs comes from the Colonial, Boiling Springs, Middletown, Steel High, and Trinity. They will map out the Capital. Then we'll have the Colonial Division, and we'll have some change here. East Pennsboro, coming from the Capital, will be in the Colonial. Greencastle Antrim. Mechanicsburg will go from the Keystone to the Colonial. Northern, Shippensburg, Susquehanna Township coming from the Keystone, and that's a surprise because, you know, we saw Susquehanna Township and how well they have done in the Keystone, and now they're in the Capital. And then Waynesboro and West Perry.
Kramer's going to give the Hunt. Hunt's going to push across the 50. We're back into live play here. 3:36 to play here in the third quarter.
And this is one of the important things that have changed. What has happened, Tri-Valley, the Tri-Valley League has dissolved. So what happened is 3 teams within the Tri-Valley are going to the Schuylkill Hill, and the rest are coming as a group to form the Liberty Division, which will return. We had the Liberty Division years ago. It has now come back. Halifax, James Buchanan, Julietta, Line Mountain, Newport, Susquehanna, and Upper Dauphin, and that will round out the Mid-Penn for the 2020 season.
Well, great work, Jerome, and that's real interesting to watch, something to keep up. Hunt will fumble the ball, recover it, but Kramer. But I wanted to just give you an insight on numbers for Hunt. Hunt is 7 rushes for 69 yards, and that, I don't know if he didn't know the play, but Kramer was ready to give it to him. Hunt was already turning to the left to make the block, and the ball hit him on the hip. It was recovered, but it's a 3rd and 13 for Redland, and this is one of those drives where you really got to come up with something here.
And this has been the story of Redland's drives. They've done some good things, and then they have a mistake, error, turnover, or something that happens that stops the drive from going.
Oh, he's still on his feet across the 30. It's going to 20. You may not get him. And it's going to be a touchdown, Redland. When you said they needed one, that's what happened.
They got it.
Touchdown, Kramer to Zeckman. And that's going to get the Redland Patriot fans back in it. They're going crazy on that other side right now. Touchdown, Redland.
And the key is they're back in the game. And now with the score, you can get the extra point, you make this a 1-score game. And that's big. And even if you don't get the extra point, it's a 1-score game. And that's what you want.
Kramer went 52 yards to connect that one.
We didn't know if he was going to get in.
And he found a way. Hayden Zeckman, touchdown. Redland on the board now. Timeout there. Frank Game, the guys are yelling for a timeout. Nope, now he's going to forget it. The point after, very important. It's up. Kramer on the hold, and it's good. And it's 14-7. We'll have more action from West Shore Stadium after these messages.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency, 717-731-1142.
Erie Insurance.
You know, Jerome, I'm excited about playoff action. You've got it all broken down here. I mean, there is a lot of teams also itching to get back in those playoffs, and Cedar Cliff, one of them.
Absolutely. And let's start with the 6A playoffs. There are 8 teams get in right now. Wilson, Manheim Township, Central Dauphin, Harrisburg, Central York and Cedar Crest are all in. You have Cumberland Valley, you have Chambersburg that are kind of jockeying for position to try to get in from that division. Class 5A, they have 14 teams that can get in. Shippensburg, Cocalico, Manheim Central, York High, Cedar Cliff, our own Cedar Cliff that's here today, Warwick, Northeastern, New Oxford, Governor Mifflin, and Northern are in. Exeter Township and Waynesboro are currently sitting in the number 11 and number 12, and they're on solid ground to possibly get in. For 4A, we look at 10 qualifiers. Berks Catholic, York Suburban, Susquehanna Township, Milton Hershey, Bishop McDevitt, Lampeter Stroudsburg, Gettysburg, and Fleetwood are in. There are several interesting scenarios for 4A, starting with the number 1 seed Berks Catholic that would hold off undefeated York Suburban for the prize with the victory. So they still have some jockeying to go in as well. 3A qualifiers, 6 teams get in. Wyomissing, Miller's Middletown, Lancaster Catholic, and Ville Cleona are all in. Littlestown and Bermudian Springs will probably and have a chance to round out these 6. With wins this weekend. And then AA, 4 qualifiers, Upper Dauphin, Steel High, and DeLone Catholic are in. Newport and Trinity are still working to see if they can get in. And then for Class A, it's only 2 qualifiers. As you can see, Fairfield and Millersburg will be in. So one of the things that I would like for them to do is probably merge Class A and AA into one district playoffs. Because Class A keeps getting smaller and smaller. Right. Steel High used to be a Class A school. They are no longer Class A. They play AA now, so they are no longer in that mix as well.
Right.
So that's a good look at the playoff picture, and some of the things tonight will affect the playoff picture.
I'm trying to keep up on Jaheim Morris's yards. After that last carry, he went right side. He needed 47 yards to break the record here, to go over 1,800 yards and be the record setter here at Cedar Cliff.
Getting there.
He's getting there.
It's taking time. He's climbing. It's like every little step is climbing. Because, again, he hasn't had really big runs with the exception of maybe a 20-yarder here. But, again, it's they keep feeding him the ball, that's for sure.
Well, 2nd and 9. 35 play here in the 3rd quarter. 14-7. What we expected. Right side connects with Reynolds. Reynolds going down the sideline. Crossed the 30, crossed the 25, and stayed on his feet and picked up a couple more. And this puts Redland Cedar Cliff right where you want him. And there's their crowd too tonight. Man, this stadium is full. The crowd is very active.
It is, and when you have 2 schools that are this close, you see the student section for Cedar Cliff. You go on the other side, and you see the student section for Redland, and they're there too. They've come out as well. The team hasn't had as successful of a season, but you can see the fans are still out, and they came out to support their teams, and actually to support both teams as close as these 2 schools are.
Under center. Morris going to roll to his left. That last play was a 32-yard pass play to set him up there for the 2nd and 10 now. That pass is incomplete, and
Kramer play.
Had to come up and break it up.
He made a good play on the back end, and as you can see, he played it well. You just sometimes you gotta make contact when the ball gets there, break it up, just go get that ball, break it up, and good defensive play.
One thing you're seeing right now is an excellent matchup. You got a dynamic receiver, as in Reynolds, going against a 2-way player, quarterback / DB, and Kramer, guys. This is a great matchup that I want to see, but I'm interested to see how does Cedar Cliff put him into more packages, guys.
Look who's still pushing and doing everything he can do, and they can't bring him down. Crossing the 15 is Morris. That's going to be the end of the 4th quarter, or 3rd quarter. 4th quarter action coming right up. There's Morris. We had our cheerleaders that doing their thing. We had an opportunity. They are here at Cedar Cliff. They are also fighting the fight for Giant Foods and Central PA Food Bank, and no one should ever go hungry. And the Cedar Cliff Colts are doing their thing to support the food fight, the centralpafoodbank.org. Everybody gives, no one goes hungry. Giant Food and Central PA doing their thing, and cheerleaders across the capital area teaming up to strike a blow to hunger.
That's pretty cool. Always great to see.
Well, we have, like I said, fourth quarter action, and it's 14-7, and everything. Big effective drives, and Cedar Cliff's got one putting together here with Morris. You know, you see where Redland gets back in this ball game and then giving up some big plays now.
And I tell you, this would be a really effective answering drive for the Colts to come back and take this to the Redland team. If they can cap this off with a touchdown, that saps a lot of the energy out of you. You know, you come down and you get in the end zone, and you're able to put this into a one-score game, and then all of a sudden Cedar Cliff comes back. And one of the problems that Redland has is numbers. They don't have, this isn't a huge team as far as numbers as we've seen in the past from Redland. So, you know, you got a lot of guys injured already. You have a short bench, so you have guys going both ways. And as you get in the fourth quarter, tackling Morris gets harder and harder.
Well, Morris 30 for 128.
30 carries right now, and now 31.
And look, him still driving across to the 5-yard line. He'll be drugged down by the whole defensive side of Redland. It'll be first down to move the chains. Having him at 37, he picked up 4 there for 33 yards to break the record. And it looks like at this point, the way he's doing it, it may happen here.
And this is big boy football, man. This is old school. I mean, when is the last time you seen guys get it 30 times in a game, man? With the spread offenses going on, you don't see running backs touting the rock that much. And Morris is doing it today and gets in the end zone.
And Morris will score a touchdown, as Jerome said, and he just does it so effectively. And no big deal, like he's been there before. A little hop, skip the jump. He's got a few players jumping on him, and he is just a workhorse. Look at that, bounces off to the left side off that, just kind of, you're not going to refuse that right there. He's just not going to stop. Point after. McMeans with the hold. Snap, down, it's up, almost blocked, good. And Cedar Cliff takes a 21-7 lead, and we'll have more fourth quarter action after these messages.
Hundreds of Hoffman Ford customers have done it. They got out of their current vehicle and lowered their monthly payment during Hoffman Ford's Trade and Upgrade event. We'll pay off your vehicle even if you owe more than it's worth and get you into a new 2019 Ford Escape SEL for just $199 a month. Trade and upgrade now, because
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman
Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
Well, welcome back. Jaheim Morris puts Cedar Cliff up by 2 touchdowns with an effective drive. I mean, look at that, 8-play, 66-yard drive, 245. Let's go down to Archie on the field. Archie, that was a really nice drive. Morris is 32 carries for 144 yards. He's 21 yards away.
Guys, one thing that I'm starting to see is this kid gets stronger as the game gets longer.
Yes, he does.
I mean, in the fourth quarter, if you can see the way he's driving his legs, he looks like he's in the first quarter, guys. I've never seen nothing like it.
Are you ready for this, Jerome and Archie? Very well, this kid could probably carry 40, 45 times this game. He's at 32 now.
Guys, I was saying that when you gave the stat that he had 30 and he was receiving the ball to go to 31 and the touchdown was 32. And I looked at the time on the clock and I was like, man, at least the next possession he can get 4 to 5 more carries, guys. So we're looking at least, you're right, 39 to 40 carries before this thing is all said and done. What do you think, Jerome?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think right now, you know, and again, you do want to gear him up for the playoffs and gear this team up for the playoffs. So you got to temper getting that record with also getting him out of here healthy and get ready for the following week and the playoff week, because you need him strong then.
Kramer right side. Man, Kramer took a hit. I mean, he has taken his share of hits tonight. This is a tough kid. He's going to get up second down and 10. And we got a down lineman on the play. It looks like Reese Kaufman is down for Redland with a cramp. We're starting to see some cramping up here. I mean, we'll take a break. We'll be right back, though, with more after these messages.
This is an education that focuses on your child's unique interests. It's taking field trips and making friendships. And it's what a modern-day public K-12 education looks like. This is Commonwealth Charter Academy, and this is how schools should work. CCA is an online public school available at no cost to all Pennsylvania families. Learn how Commonwealth Charter Academy can work for your family at ccaeducate.me.
We'll talk about it. Hi, Mrs. Torres. Hey, Stephanie. Actually, you know what? Let me get those.
Introducing Giant Direct.
Thank you.
Everything you need, handpicked and fresh, direct from us to you. Try it free and save $20 on orders of $75 or more. Enter bananas at checkout.
Second down and 6, fourth quarter, and Jaheim Morris has done his thing with 32 carries, 144 yards, and 21 yards away from setting a record. Redland, of the all-time rushing record. Redland now having the ball. It's kind of quieted the whole stadium a little bit, Jerome. Just his effectiveness. Look at that. I mean, Kramer now with the ball. He's 8 for 15, having a pretty nice night, 153 yards and a touchdown, playing both ways. He's taking some hits. Tough kid. Give him a lot of credit tonight. He slings it left side. It's complete. Camden Water. I'll take that back. That's actually Chase Lawyer on the catch.
And again, I think if you're Cedar Cliff, you have to close this out, and you want to get out of here with the least amount of injuries. We still have no idea what's going on with Kevin Lutz. And I'll tell you what, not having Lutz in the playoffs, if they cannot bring him back, and if his injuries keep him out, that's going to be a big blow to this Colts team gearing up. So you want to come out of here with no more injuries if you can help it.
Look at the Hunt right side crossing the 45.
Well, one thing, guys, being down here on the sideline, if you can look at Lutz, he does have his pads off. He is on crutches down here, guys, but he refused to leave his comrades out here in the field. He's down here screaming and yelling to the guys, still being the captain that he is, still being the leader that he is, verbally now for his guys.
Yeah, sad. I hate to see that. Kevin, I mean, he's a good kid.
And a good thing for him is, he's a senior. He's had a very good season. So whatever the situation is, he can come back from this and maybe have an opportunity to play at the next level. I'm not sure what his recruiting was. This shouldn't affect his recruiting because he probably already has gotten recruiting to this point. So again, whatever the injury is, many times with hard work, rehab, and that hit my family with my daughter tearing her ACL in soccer,
well, huh?
And now she's back, and she worked hard to get back, and she's probably playing better now than she did before. And tomorrow, Central Dauphin goes to Ephrata in the playoff second round to try to get that win up there, and she's going to be a big part of that, along with the rest of that Ram team. So you can come back from injuries. You've got to work for it.
And well, when you're younger, you come back easier. I just came off a knee surgery in December, as you know, and I
got that right.
I'm still recovering. Right side Hunt. You can tear your knee on just little things. Mine was a freak accident. So I mean, our hearts go out for Mr. Lusk. I mean, he's such a good kid, Kevin Lusk.
He is definitely good kid, good ball player, and overall he'll be okay. It's definitely a hard blow because he wants to be with his guys for the playoff run, but he'll be with them on the field in spirit, maybe not in the game, depending on what the situation is. And again, we hope that he can come back.
Yeah, that'd be great to hear.
We don't know.
Well, it'll be 3rd and 9 for Redland. Down 2 touchdowns now. Kramer trying to wheel himself back, and his two teams double. Single receiver left, double on the right. He's going to stay that side. It's going to be incomplete. But there's going to be pass interference. Archie, did he get in there early? I mean, we're going to look at it again up here.
Oh, yes. I mean, I'm standing right here on the Redland sideline right now. And what he does, he reaches over the receiver. Now, give or take, he could have been early. I mean, if he doesn't touch him with his left hand and just come around and break the ball up, I think you'll have a pass breakup. But by him putting his left hand around him and reaching over, they giving a pass interference.
I don't know, man. You know Archie being a D-back, man. The rules favor the receiver nowadays.
Hey, you know it, man. And I'm standing down here looking. I thought it was a great play, but like you know, man, you got the coaches, you got the whole sideline saying whoa, whoa, whoa. So that kind of influenced the referee as well. But it's still a bang call, guys.
1st and 10. 9:22. Kramer's going to keep it. Kramer breaks the tackle across the 35.
And again,
25 down. That's a 19.
Yeah, if you're Redland, you don't want to give the ball back because you don't want to see Jaheim get the record on you. So you don't want to get that ball back. You want to keep this ball for the next 9 minutes and keep him off the field because you know what's going to happen when he gets in the game. They're going to feed him that ball.
8:55 to play. 2nd and 4. 8:51. Time running out here quickly. Moving on the clock with some of these longer drives. Kramer gives to Hunt. Hunt, left side, not much there. He got hit quickly, taken down.
Yeah, number 32, Elijah Akita, the other linebacker. And you know you got to get Rosado on a play again. He stays in the action.
Key to stay low. Very fundamental tackle from that linebacker spot. Stay low, hit him low. Center of gravity down there. Tough linebacker, good tackle. 3rd and 4 for Redland. Kramer rolling left. His pass is going to be complete. He makes the move across the 10-yard line. That's Scarler. That's Sam Scarler. So it's 1st down. They're going to move the chains. So take a look at it here. Rolling out left. Good ball. I thought for a minute if he makes one move there, he almost did, and then he gets drugged down by the shoulder pads.
Jonte Morris makes the touchdown saving tackle. And again, an impressive drive for Redland coming out here on this play after getting scored on. And they're saying, hey, we're coming right back.
They're showing a lot of fight. They've been in the red zone several times tonight. Ball on the 9. Hunt right side to the 5. He'll be drugged down.
I tell you what, Hunt's biggest thing is that ball security and how he exposes himself a lot when he runs because he runs so high. But one of the things he runs so well north-south. I mean, you don't see a lot of wasted motion. And again, I would have liked to have seen him more today. A little bit more today, a little bit more carries. See if they let him touch the ball 20 times. He seems like he's done pretty good. He did cough up a ball almost, but he's having a decent day.
Hunt cranking in, and then he'll be hit pretty hard by Adam Enrico, who made the last tackle as well. Look at the first downs. Redland 13, Cedar Cliff 14. Yeah. This game's been a real close game inside the numbers.
And it's on the scoreboard. It's 21-7. I mean, and again, Redland is putting themselves in position to score, and they're keeping Morris off the field. Now the clock is ticking. There's 6 minutes left in the game, and the goal is to keep them off the field. Don't let them get that record on us.
So it's 3rd and 3. Big 3rd down conversion. Archie, a big play here for Redland.
But I think this is probably 4-down territory for Redland, though. So they'll probably go for it on 4th down if they don't get it.
Hunt, right side. Hunt's going to get in the end zone. Touchdown, Redland. This game is far from over, folks.
And what a drive. I mean, you have to chalk that up. I mean, what a way to come back with 6:08. I mean, fans at home, this game is not over. This is not over. And Redland just showed you, we can come back down and score again. And if we can get a stop, they may have an opportunity in this game.
Archie, let's go down to you. That was just a great drive.
Guys, one thing you can see, man, these guys is leaving it all out here, man. We got a couple of seniors. One thing is been highlighting is Cole Wagner, number 44, who is going to Georgia to play 4 years of baseball. And this guy is out here leaving it all on the field. He's playing D-line, linebacker, and offensive line, and tight end. So these guys are in here to compete to win it, guys.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your project from start to finish. With 6 locations, Groff Tractor is always nearby your equipment needs. Groff Tractor also offers scheduled maintenance along with 24/7 emergency service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
Well, welcome back. 21-14. Look at this. 12-play, 70-yard drive. Chewed up 5 minutes and 18 seconds off the clock. And I mean, these drives have been everything tonight. These have been long, effective high school football drives, and it's made this night a great night to call. Friday Night Football, West Shore, War, Civil War, call it what you want. We got a great one here. 21-14, 6:08 to play.
And a big scoring update that has something to do with these two teams right now. Bishop McDevitt is up 17-13 on Susquehanna Township.
I don't know if you just saw what just happened. There was a line drive kick, and it went into the hands of the linebacker who was playing on the special teams, Nick Pwig, and I don't know what happened there, Drew.
Well, I mean, you know,
Maybe.
they may be trying to, Redland, I may have been trying to get the ball back and just kick a quick swim kick, see if they can get their hands on the ball. And if you get the ball back, you know, you're thinking it may have been an accident?
I thought it might have been Arch. I mean, was that intentional?
Those one of the kicks that you try to catch the front line off guard,
Yeah.
but his awareness was up and made a great play, guys.
Morris busts through the middle, cross the 30, cross the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown. Not only is that a touchdown, he'll be the leading rusher in Cedar Cliff history.
And that's
on that carry right there.
Was looking for. It's always great when you see a record happen on a touchdown run. So he gets the record on a touchdown run.
49 yards to cap that one off on his 33rd carry of the night. Jaheim Morris busts through the right side of the line, 49 yards away, and scores a touchdown. Unbelievable. The crowd tonight is giving it to him.
There was a blow to the Redland defense. Right
Yeah,
now.
it definitely was. But, you know, let's be honest, man. Coming into this game, you talk about the year that Jaheim Morris has had. I mean, he's what, 5'9", 190 pounds, 5'10", 190 pounds. He's coming in the league. He came in 1,642 yards rushing, 20 touchdowns, and he averaged 182 yards a game. He needed 100 and what?
165.
He needed 165 tonight. He comes in and just becomes the workhorse. They're committed to giving him the ball, and we knew that if you keep feeding him the ball, it's not like he was getting 2 yards, minus yards, 1 yard, 3 yards. He was getting 6, 5, 7, 8, broke a 20. You knew it was coming, and you get to the fourth quarter, you keep feeding him. It's just a matter of time before he breaks one open, and we saw him do it. And what does he do? He breaks one open. And Redland was doing so well all game, but when you're getting that kind of talent coming at you that much, it's only a matter of time.
Wow, that was something to have a chance to even see and call. The leading rusher, 33 carries, 193 yards, and 2 TDs tonight. Jaheim Morris. Man, what a cool thing to see. And he did it on a touchdown. We needed 21. He got 49 and a TD.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
To cap it off. That's something he'll never forget. And most people that are watching will be here and talk about the night that he broke that record. You know, records are made to be broken. Who knows?
And it'll be interesting to see, you know how he does in the playoffs, and then what does it look like for him for college? I mean, where does he end up playing? Where does he end up being able to continue his academic and football career? I think he's getting a lot of looks from the PSAC schools that are looking at him saying, "Yo, that'll be a good back on our team." And we know that PSAC is such a strong Division II conference. But you're also going to possibly see some of those FCS schools that are out there, those smaller Division I schools that are out there, like the Villanovas and the St. Francis's, that may look at him and say the same thing. So, I think he's going to have a shot. Wherever he goes, and he'll have a shot. He's going to have to work hard. He's going to have to get stronger. Going to get more flexible, get more faster, get more quicker, because you can't go in, I don't care what level you're at, you can't go in just living on your laurels. Everybody's in college is a star, regardless where you go. But if he works hard, man, I can see him having a good career in college.
You know, I think of a kid like Chase Edmonds, and Archie, you know it too. Look what Chase Edmonds is doing now in the NFL.
Absolutely.
He goes and becomes the all-time rushing leader in Fordham history. He's in also the NCAA record books, and look what he's doing in the NFL right now. So you never
he came
know.
off a great Sunday last week with 3 touchdowns versus the Giants. So for all you kids that's out there that thinking that your dreams are not alive, long you continue to keep dreaming, to keep working towards your goal, you can achieve it.
And Chase, we called his games back, years ago. And one of the things that I knew with Chase was that he wasn't necessarily happy to go to Fordham, not because of Fordham, but because he thought that he had an opportunity to go bigger, and he didn't. But he went to Fordham, and he worked hard at Fordham, and he may have even had a chance to leave Fordham to go to a bigger school and chose not to. He got a good education, played well, got himself into the NFL. What do we see last week on TV? He's in the NFL getting 3 touchdowns.
Right.
Was one of the more productive backs last week in the whole NFL.
Exactly.
So that lets you know, the talent that's in the mid-Penn. We have Micah Parsons that's at Penn State, and I'm telling you right now, he's going to be a first-round pick when he comes out. I mean, you may see Parsons as a top 5.
Right.
Top 10 draft pick.
I definitely agree with you on that.
As good as he
will be in the top 10.
Oh, man.
He is the prototypical linebacker that all NFL teams are looking for right now. Big, fast, and the kid is just a tackling machine.
Yeah, one of the best linebackers in college football right now. So, again, you have that kind of talent sprinkled all across. We talk about Jaheim here. You see some of the athletes that are sprinkled across the state and mainly the mid-Penn.
One more thing, Jerome, don't forget about Bryce Hall, who came in this season as a Jim Thorpe finalist, and also is in the top 3 to top 5 defensive backs in the country.
Wow.
Hey guys, what we appreciate, we want to just take an opportunity. It's 1st and 10. We appreciate everything that Invictus Sports has done. High School Sports Live. There's a fumble recovered by McMee to make this happen tonight. So we want to thank our staff and everything that our camera crew and Invicta HD does for us. High School Sports Live and ABC 27 for partnering up for this tonight. Hey, I also want to talk a little bit about Jaheim Morris's numbers, and we thank Travis Sparks, our statistician tonight, for all he's done. Travis points out that, Morris only had 2 runs over 11 yards. So he grinded away at 4, at 5, at 6 to get that record. Unbelievable night.
Yeah, that's a work night for him. I mean, I'm actually shocked they wouldn't take him out right now.
Morris left side, just adding and padding to them numbers across the 30. It's 34 carries.
One thing that I'm saying about Morris, and I'm wondering, trying to see, can I picture him playing defensive back? What do you think? Defensive back, defensive safety, but him playing both ways, I don't think we'll be able to allow for him to be able to have a 30-carry game. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
I totally agree with you on that.
I will have a timeout. They're going to charge it to Redland. They'll have a 3rd and 8. Cedar Cliff will with 4 minutes here to play. The crowd, as you can see, it was quite the crowd tonight. Just kind of quiet now, watching on as it's 28-14, and we've had some excitement. Redland never has given up in this game at all. They've come back and answered. He answered a touchdown when down 2, and then came back and scored. Made it 21-14. Squib kick, kind of, maybe, we think. Gave good field position for Cedar Cliff, and it only took one play. Jaheim Morris, 49 yards away, he scores a touchdown, and that's where we are at 28-14 with 4 to go here in the 4th quarter. This is the end of the regular season. I mean, division champions would be crowned tonight. Cedar Cliff come away with the win. They come away with the Keystone title outright.
Yep.
I want to give a shout out to my brother who watches our games Troy McCaw, he deserves a shout out. He's an inside in numbers. Look at McMeans down the sideline, across the 10. 5, touchdown. Cedar Cliff puts another one on the board now, and just kind of making sure they come away with that championship, that Keystone Division championship, on a night where this game got really close here at the West Shore War.
It did.
Well, one thing you can see on that play, which is a great play call and a great play design, the whole defense went with number 31 and number 13 walks in the end zone untouched.
30 yards away, McMeans.
Well, I tell you what, I got
surprised, I think.
I got to get a hold of, Todd, your brother. You know what I mean? And get some dirt on you, man.
Yeah, he had had too much to even
like,
talk about.
Yo, bro, what you got on my man over here? Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a break, especially on that note. We'll be back with more here in the fourth quarter after this message.
I got the phone call that every parent dreads. Our beautiful 19-year-old daughter, Peyton, had died. Sudden cardiac arrest had ended her precious young life. This #1 killer of student athletes and leading cause of death on school campuses attacked our family. Many heart conditions that can lead to sudden cardiac arrest aren't found during routine physicals. That's why the Peyton Walker Foundation provides free heart screenings for teens. Help prevent sudden cardiac arrest in your family. Visit PeytonWalker.org.
Well, welcome back. 3:55 to play. Cedar Cliff puts another one on the board with a nice run from the quarterback. I think he was surprised that he saw so much arch. I mean, he had so much open.
It's one thing if I'm McMeans, and definitely if I'm Morris right now. I am taking my offensive line. We're going to one of the best restaurants over here on the West Shore, Cedar Cliff Pizza, ran by the Daltons, who is a great family right now. And I'm going to treat those guys, because without those guys, we would not have the type of night that we had tonight. A record-setting night, guys.
Yeah, definitely.
That is awesome.
And again, we have to, this game definitely, you look at the score and you see 35-14, and people may think that this was a easy game for the Colts. Let's put that out there and put that to rest now. This Redland team came to play. They of course they
did.
They've had a difficult year, 4-5 coming into this game, 2-3 in the division. It hasn't gone the way they've liked it. They've had injuries. They're down on numbers, but they came here and represented that school and that program very well. In a difficult year, especially seeing Cedar Cliff do what they needed to do. You would see this score and you would say, oh yeah, Cedar Cliff's been that good, you're going to see that. But today, Redland did very well, and it didn't get to this until late in the third, early in the fourth quarter, to where Cedar Cliff got control. So again, hats off definitely to Cedar Cliff. They did what they need to do. They're going to be the champions of the Keystone Division. But Redland, give a shout out to them for coming up and showing up in this game.
No doubt about it. So hats off to the Redland Patriots and Cedar Cliff coming in and doing what they're going to do. And it looks like it appears as where it is now that they'll go away being the Keystone Division Championship. We'll be looking at some excitement coming up here in the playoffs. We'll have definitely the 6A District Championship that we'll call. We'll get a couple weeks break where we'll go and check out some playoff games. That gives us opportunity for the three of us to go around and see some of our favorite games. And I'm going to head over and probably watch Susquehanna play. Mm-hmm. Archie, where are you looking at in that first playoff week to go?
I'll be around. I like to see – I coached a lot of these kids, man, so I like to see the best matchups around here, man. And I go to all the schools, man, because I cheer for every last one of the kids.
I know I'll probably see you somewhere maybe over there in that Central Dauphin game early. How about you?
Yeah, I know for me, there's so many games I want to see. When I look at that the whole playoff layout of the 6A group, I mean, that is some teams there. I mean, Manheim Township has had an amazing year, but Wilson jumped them with one loss. And you got Central Dauphin, who defensively no one wants to play. You have Harrisburg that's starting to get traction again after those two big losses that they had back-to-back against Altoona and then Central Dauphin and Altoona, and then Central York. And we saw Pabula at Central York, and he's going to be in that playoff mix too. So that's going to be a big one that I want to see. I want to see all of them if I could. Another one is going to be Milton Hershey is going to be 9-1. They're going into playoffs as the Capital Division champions, as their last year in the league as they move to the Keystone, and to see how they hold up against the Berks Catholics, York Suburbans, the Bishop McDevitt's, the Lampeter Strasburgs, Gettysburg, and Fleetwood in a 10-team qualifying round. So that's going to be big too. So it's just so many opportunities, so many big games. It's going to be nice to get a chance to check some of these games out as we get ready for the 6A championship game later on.
Yep. Kramer's pass was complete to Pepper, and they're driving their hurry-up offense. 2:22 to play here. Second down and 10 for Redland. Kramer back, firing down the middle. It almost was picked off. It'll be incomplete. That'll be 3rd down and 6. Nikita broke that play up, so.
Nikita has played a big role stepping in for Lutz tonight, guys.
Yeah, he has. I totally agree with you on that.
I was always impressed with his game. He's done a lot of offense in the fullback position, blocking-wise, but he's now in the linebacker, does a good job.
Yeah,
he's playing well.
Absolutely. Between him and Enrico, those two are going to have to step up in the middle of that defense for Lutz being out. And again, getting ready for the playoffs, they're going to have to tighten up. And that's a big loss when you have a guy that with that kind of production that you lost. And by the way it looks, it'll be hard for them to come back for the playoffs. But if they don't have him, Cedar Cliff has to see what they can do against some of those powerhouses in District 3.
Exactly. I mean, one thing, they was powered by their linebacker play with Lutz and Citron, who is a walking playmaker. So this guy right here, you can see one thing, they have stayed away from him, and it's very interesting to watch him as a linebacker out covering these slots and these receivers right now. As you can see right now, a coverage sack as he was looking Citron's way, but this guy is covering 2 people, and he's just one guy. So the guy's a playmaker. Cedar Cliff whole defense linebacker core has stepped up tonight with the absence of their leader, guys.
And I think this has been the biggest problem here tonight for the Redland Patriots is they just haven't been able to buy time for the quarterback, for Kramer. I mean, that's been the biggest issue, I think.
And for Redland, it becomes an end of the season for them. Definitely not as good as they wanted it to be, but again, it gives you a blueprint of what you need to do for next year to get your guys ready. So those seniors, you bid them farewell, but the underclassmen, you want them getting ready for the season.
Moore still in there, crossing the 50.
You can rewatch tonight's Pregame game in its entirety at HSS Live TV.
I tell you, it feels like just yesterday that we started this journey for 2019 season. And
here we are.
And now we're at the end, 10 weeks. It went fast. We had some incredible start to the year with the Harrisburg and Coatesville matchup. And then getting an opportunity to see some really some competitive games, but also we had some not so competitive games. So definitely some of those matchups were lopsided, but now we end another successful season. I thank you guys, the Invicta crew, and you guys, Todd, McCall, and the next broadcast, as you can see, is the district championship game, and that's November 15th on ABC 27. So we're looking forward to that for High School Sports Live.
I'm excited about the playoff run here and getting a chance to really just catch up on some of the different teams we don't get a chance to call on this year. But it's been 12 seasons High School Sports Live, and we've really enjoyed all of them. It's been a fun crew to work for. It's like a family, so we enjoy it. We also enjoy all the people that do tune in and from all over. The fact that we can stream this, it's on ABC. It's also streamed on YouTube and High School Sports Live TV. So there's opportunities. I mean, sometimes we get calls. Like tonight, we know people from Virginia and Ohio are watching. I mean, we've had people as far as Alaska watching, Texas, Oklahoma. Grandpas and grandmas and cousins and relatives of their kids get a chance to watch this. Here's Morris across the 40, the 30, puts his head down. He's looking to try to get some more here. I mean, he is plugging onto those stats to add to that rushing career. He is the record keeper now. 31.
Now this is that kind of running where it's like, yeah, I have the record, but I'm trying to put it out of reach. So again, I mean, you're letting him do that. I personally, I don't know if I would keep him out there. After he got it, I would have probably pulled him because I'm like, we got a playoff game to play.
Yeah.
So we got to get ready for that. So.
Arch, I'm kind of feeling Jerome there. I'm like, oh man, I don't want anything, but he's such a solid guy. I mean,
You lose him, you lose 99.9% of your offense.
And one thing, guys, when they say great minds think alike, I was just down here wondering and thinking the same thing. I think he knows he has this record, and he is trying to put it so nobody can claim it for the years to come.
Yeah,
but there's another thing, you know, as you look in there, the offense is into such a groove right now, and there's one thing, if I'm Cedar Cliff, I'm trying to keep my offense into that groove right now. So they got a nice chemistry going right now, but you do want to make the decision where we do not get our star player hurt, guys.
Exactly. Thank you, Archie. I mean, we're impressed though tonight, and we were last time we had him. I mean, this is great.
How many carries is he up to?
My count is that was 444.
Wow. Ooh, boy.
There might be one too many, 43.
He's going to sleep well tonight, or he'll cramp well tonight, one of the two. Because I know when you run that much, man, you know, there's always a price that is paid for that.
Always.
You feel it later, but it's a price to be paid.
Well, the coaches was thinking the same thing as we just said, guys. Give him one more carry, then a first down is what they was looking, because Redland did have some more timeout, so they was looking to secure the first down. Now they'll take knees, shake hands, guys, and enjoy winning the Keystone.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds, as you said, Archie, get that first down, take a knee, win the game. But I said 46 and 36. There's 36 carries for 219. Man. And that's going to be the kneel down, and they're going to have to do that. Well, they're going to. It's 4th and 11. They'll run that down. So I think it's pretty evident who we're going to make our player of the game, don't you guys? I mean, Jaheim Morris will be our Huffman Ford player of the game.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we're going to watch the time tick away here. And it's down under 20 seconds. The Keystone Division champions tonight. Look at Morris's numbers, 36 for 219, 2 TDs, and he's the record setter, man. Tonight, like as Archie said, man, it's time to take your boys to, listen, fellas, if I'm running behind those guys, I'm going to have to tell Mom I need the credit card tonight. These boys get steak tonight.
Well,
listen.
He needs a bath.
First.
And chill. and maybe see if he can get the McCarran.
We'll take a break. We'll be back with our post game right after these messages. Fireworks at the West Shore Stadium. We'll be right back with more post game after these messages.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your project from start to finish. With 6 locations, Groff Tractor is always nearby your equipment needs. Groff Tractor also offers scheduled maintenance along with 24/7 emergency service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 9 great franchises in 3 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Cedar, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. And introducing the all-new Genesis of York. The Giambalvo family of dealerships. Over $25 million in new and pre-owned inventory. With unbeatable service after the sale, too. There's a reason the Giambalvo family has been a part of your community for decades. Find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 3 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
Here's the deal. Feeding those two isn't cheap. They're bottomless pits. We literally go through a loaf of bread a day. Guys, remember to chew. But at Giant, I get bonus buy savings in every aisle, which is good because I'm always running out of something.
Mom, we're out of chips.
See?
Everything you need at prices you'll love. That's a combination you'll only find at Giant.
Free birds are just the beginning. Start earning yours today. See store for details.
Well, welcome to our Giant Foods postgame report. Cedar Cliff comes away with the win 35-14. It was not without a battle. Redland battled all night tonight, Jerome. You can see Cedar Cliff are Keystone Division champions tonight. Man, it was quite the performance out of Jaheim Morris. Let's take a look at a Pizza Hut play of the game. This is what did it. He needed 21 yards tonight, 165 coming in the game tonight. He needed 21 yards to break the record. There he gets it. One carry, 49 yards out, scores the TD, puts him up 28-14. You'll see it here. Look, he busts through that hole.
Good
That's
blocking.
all he needed. Everybody keeping the blue shirts on the white, and Jaheim Morris goes down the sideline for 49 yards. Coming in, like we said, he needed 165. And we've got, he is also our Huffman Ford player of the game, and we have Archie standing by with him down on the field. So our Huffman Ford player of the game, we'll go down. Look at it here, Jaheim Morris. Let's throw it down to Archie, who's standing by with our Huffman Ford player of the game, Jaheim Morris. And Archie, go ahead, take it away.
Guys, I'm down here on the field with the workhorse himself, Jaheim Morris. You came into the game with needing 165 yards to break the record. Tell me what was on your mind tonight going into it, and tell me what did you think after you eclipsed the record?
Well, first, I didn't really worry about the record at all. I just wanted to win. But the record came with the win, and I am totally thankful, grateful for that. I'm grateful for my line. I'm grateful for my fullback, Elijah Aikida. He did great, and I just love him. I'm kind of tired, out of breath, but yeah, we did our thing out there.
Hey, guys, you heard it from himself. Hey, after a day like that, after a night like that, I'll be tired too. But one thing that we say, man, make sure that you take care of your fullback and your offensive line, man.
Yes, sir.
All right? Good job today. We're very proud of you here from Invicta Sports.
Yes, sir.
Well, you just heard it. I mean, you know what? As he said, and he meant every word of that, Jerome. He said he was not trying to get that he wanted to get that win.
I don't believe that.
You don't believe
He was trying to get that, man. Come on. Hey, come on, Jaheim. I know you were trying to get that. Don't you tell me we weren't trying to get that.
Keystone Division champions tonight is Cedar Cliff. Our next matchup before we leave here tonight is our district championship game, November 15th. We will have the 6A district championship. We'll be excited about who might be there. Tonight's game, come away, Cedar Cliff, with the win, 35-14. On behalf of Invicta Sports, High School Sports Life staff, Travis Sparks, our statistician, for Jerome and Archie, I'm Todd McCall. We had a great regular season. We got another one coming up in the playoffs. It's been a great 12-year run. We thank everybody who makes this all possible on High School Sports Live and ABC 27. Good night. We'll see you in a couple weeks.